friends, family, CrossFit Games fans from around the world, hello and welcome to Cookeville, Tennessee, and continued live coverage of the 2026 Mayhem Classic. It is day 3 of competition here in Cookeville, and after today, 3 men and 3 women will be going to the CrossFit Games. They have been clawing and fighting for spots to the CrossFit Games. They'll be the first 3 men and the first 3 women. Hey guys, I'm Rory McKernan. Alongside me is Bella Martin. We're going to be with you all day. In just a moment, we'll be joined by the buttery pipes of Sean Woodland. He's got the owner of the house, Rich Froning, alongside of him, and of course, Austin Malleolo calling in on the action as well. But before we get to them, Bella, there's a couple spots left. You've had a front row seat this whole time. What stands out? What do you love?
Rory, there's been so much drama. I'm not used to it when it comes to a semifinal for things to go so quickly. We have such packed days trying to get everything happening. I don't think I've totally processed all of the drama from yesterday yet. And then come the end of today, I'm not going to be ready to say goodbye.
Yes.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this now. I've been around for a minute. And yesterday, Gwen especially, some of the all-time favorite moments, not just this year, all-time moments of the CrossFit Games. Well, if you're having FOMO, don't worry. Like I said, we've got Sean, Rich, and Austin. They're going to catch you guys up on what you need to know. And let's go hear from them now.
Thanks, Ro. Up here with Rich Froning and Austin Malleolo. And guys, we entered the 3rd and final day of competition. You've been here throughout. What stood out to you the most over days 1 and 2?
Yeah, I think it's just how awesome these athletes are. It's been a really fun competition to watch. This is technically day 2 for us, day 3 for the athletes. Man, it's been awesome. Better than I could have ever imagined to this point.
Yeah, obviously the athletes are really showing out, and I think yesterday, day 2 for them after that run, and that compressed timeline of where the events within this 4 or 5 hour window, it was really cool to see them, put out through that. But now excited to see how that kind of leans into day 3.
Yeah, 4 events are done. We have 2 remaining today, and then we will send 3 men and 3 women to the 2026 CrossFit Games. Let's start on the women's side of things, where Paige Rogers is looking pretty safe there with 340 points. Emma Lawson and Lucy Campbell are in the tight battle for 2nd, and then Gabby McGowan is in 4th right now with 275 points. She's got to make up 30 over 2 events to get into the top 3, and Emily Rolfe still has a shot as well. But Paige Rogers, other than a 9th place finish in that first event, she's had everything inside the top 3 since then.
As much as it pains me to publicly praise Paige, she's doing a great job. Love Paige, she's one of us. Yeah, she did exactly what she needed to do on that first event, and then since then has been crushing it. So she's riding the wave. Excited for her.
Mentioned that tight battle for 2nd place between Emma Lawson and Lucy Campbell, and Austin. Emma has been extremely consistent so far, nothing lower than 8th place.
That's right. Yeah, Emma Lawson is really, again, coming into this season, coming off a back injury, there's a lot of question marks, and again, coming into today, day 3 has turned a lot of those question marks into exclamation points. And again, the strength is one of the bigger question marks when you have to recover from that injury, and she's really showed out the last couple of days. But again, that's going to be put to the test today with the events we have.
Yeah, Lucy Campbell looking to make a return trip to the CrossFit Games and put herself on the podium yet again. She's the only woman in the top 3 who's got an event win.
Yeah, she's also done really well, to Austin's point, with Emma in the top 8. She has 2 top 9, or all of her finishes are within the top 9, 2 9th place, but she's won an event. The event that she won, squatting, and some gymnastics, what we're going to see in the first event here today. So excited to see, she's only 5 points behind Emma, so what she can do today.
Yeah, we wanted to know what we were going to see from Gabby McGowan coming off that injury. Last time we saw her was 2025 Rogue Invitational. She's been impressive so far.
She really has. Again, that run was a good sort of stamp in the ground. That's not easy on that posterior chain. She really showed out there. And yesterday with that amazing save during Gwen, really riding that high into day 3 here. And again, we're going to be put to the test with a lot of lifting and also some jump rope. So she's going to have to show out to kind of sneak into a qualifying spot.
Well, for more on the women's competition, let's bring Bella Martin back in down on the competition floor. Bella?
Sean, if I'm following storylines from this weekend, yes, I'm excited to see a lot of these faces, but not necessarily just because they're here on the floor. There's a lot of our athletes in the top 5 that are trying to make their comeback season. We've got Paige Rogers, who just had a baby last year. She didn't qualify for the games the year previously. We have Emma Lawson, who has had an injury. We have Emily Rolfe, who's also had an injury, and Gabby McGowan, who also has missed a season due to injury. So this is the year and the season of the comeback kid. I'm just eager to see which 2, maybe 3, can call it their comeback season already in April and make it out to San Jose this summer.
Thanks, Bella. Let's go over to the men's side of the house where it's Jeff Adler on top of the overall standings. 355 points. He's 15 up on Roman Krennikov. And Colton Mertens has a tiebreak over Victor Hoffer. So Colton right now has that third and final qualifying spot to the games. Austin Hatfield has an outside chance of making it into the top three, but he has some work to do. He's 40 points out of a qualifying spot. But Richards, I don't think any surprise that it's Jeff Adler and Roman Krennikov fighting for the top spot after 4 events.
Yeah, crafty veterans there. A lot of experience, a lot of high-pressure situations. They did exactly what they needed to do. Roman riding a little momentum from the win last night, but we know Jeff can move a heavy barbell. So it's going to be a fun day. I want to see him push. We're going to see him push on that final event too. So it's going to be a fun day.
And Austin, we have 3 men fighting for that final spot. 3 very different athletes there as well.
Yeah, 3 very different in Colton, Victor, and Austin. Obviously, Colton, at the top, the Iron Hog, the Warthog,
the Raw Dog.
You name it. That's right. Just really showed out yesterday with some impressive work when, unleashing the squat clean, which was cool to see, and then really making pretty quick work of that sandbag yesterday. Victor, on the other end of the spectrum with his gymnastic capability, that was on display in that toe to bar workout. Today, we're going to see that in the rope climb and that handstand walk. We'll see if he can make up some ground there and work on that tie break. And then Austin has some work to do. He really has to pull out the Cole Sager of the past and win and disrupt the leaderboard in the final 2 events. And that final event, anything can happen. It is fast, 1 mistake, so we're in for a show with these 3 gentlemen.
Yeah, let's bring back Bella Martin with more on the men's competition. Bella?
The drama on the men's side of the competition this weekend has been nonstop since event number 1. Jeffrey Adler has climbed his way to the top. I connected with Austin, who's on the outside looking in to the podium. He's currently in that 5th place position, not looking like he's going to be on top of the podium. And I asked, how are you feeling and how are you mentally preparing for this final day of competition? He said, everyone here is fit. Everyone here deserves to be at the CrossFit Games, and I think that really puts it into perspective where this is the first semifinal, and we'll likely see all of these athletes at the CrossFit Games in San Jose this summer. And if I'm going to use a quote to describe the weekend and what you're going to need to do to get to San Jose, it's going to be from Colton Mertens. You're going to have to be pretty damn perfect to beat me, and that's what these athletes are going to have to do today to get on top of that podium later.
Thanks, Bella. 2 events before we send 3 men and 3 women to the CrossFit Games in San Jose, California. What are you looking forward to seeing the most here on Sunday?
Yeah, I think you've got 2 completely different tests. You're going to see in this first event, people that are really good at these movements are obviously going to separate themselves, and you're going to see a pretty big gap. In that first, in the second one, you're not going to see much of a gap. It's going to be pedal to the metal. So excited about both of those 2 different events.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, again, that last event gets me all amped up, gets excited where, again, who's going to take that risk on that bench? Are you going to go unbroken, get a little wobbly, take some risks? But again, we have some athletes that have to do it, so I'm excited to see that go down.
We'll have all the heats for the men and the women for the final 2 events here on Sunday before, again, we qualify the first 6 athletes for the 2026 CrossFit Games. But before we do that, let's send it back down to Rory McKernan.
Man, it is very tough for me to believe that we are celebrating the 20th year of the CrossFit Games. That was many shows and a few gray hairs ago for me. Already here in 2026, we've seen some incredible, inspiring performances by the athletes, and I can all but guarantee you that the final day will provide more face-melting performances. But before we get to it, we feel like we need to take a beat to celebrate our history and where we came from. Because the athletes here, you, me, all of us, I believe that we stand on the shoulders of giants, and we wouldn't be here today without what came before. The athletes of the early CrossFit Games were pioneers. Shoulder to shoulder with CrossFit, they helped to push the methodology forward and to build this amazing sport that we all know and love. Athletes like Rich Froning, Katie Henniger, Annie Sakamoto, Dan Bailey, Tanya Wagner, the list goes on. While I can't name them all, I can't express my gratitude for how much I owe them. But specifically today, we want to honor one of them, and that's Rob Orlando. These people put as much into the community as they did into the competition floor, and Rob, above all, stands very tall. Rob was an amazing athlete from that generation, obviously. But more importantly, Rob was an incredible father, husband, a gym owner since 2007, an inspiration to many as an educator, hundreds of thousands of people, maybe more, and really just an incredible and unique human being. As many of you know, we lost Rob a few weeks back to cancer. Rob will be greatly missed. He left a hole in our hearts that cannot be filled. He was greatly loved. He will be sorely missed. And although Rob is gone, he will never be forgotten. Rob, this one's for you, buddy.
I lift heavy things all the time. And that's that low tech, man. Pick up heavy stuff and put it over your head and do it all the time. Whether you're training endurance, whether you're training, ultra sports, I don't care what it is. Pick up heavy things all the time and you're gonna get strong.
275 pounds, Orlando!
You should be thinking about trying to crush that stone. Pull it into the center of who you are. Okay? Let's do that again.
Robbie, you're up. Come on, Rob.
What were you doing before they called you over?
Eating cheesecake.
So you have a belly full of cheesecake and you got to do 1 rep snatch now.
Yeah. How do you like them apples?
Yeah.
And if you guys notice how fast his transition is, when he hits full extension, boom, he's right underneath it to keep it moving over. The beauty of the movements that we employ is that they don't have to be taught, they just need to be remembered. Your body has been hardwired to do this, to pick things up, push, pull, drag, press. You've already got all that DNA that tells you that your body's supposed to do that. Low tech, always low tech. Good, don't. When I saw the pig get released, I was so excited. I had been sketching that in a sketch pad that I had for 6 months. Oh, who's my crew? I'm Robbo, and this is the stone ladder. And let me guess, you want to do a 185 Isabel?
3, 2, 1, go.
Can you get on the podium at the games?
Why not? Why not? It's kind of like that ready for anything mentality. It's good. I got a free lunch out of it so far, so I'm pretty happy.
Come on, Rob. Fucking up. Oh, there we go. We're on screen, Rob.
You need to know who you are, what kind of athlete you are, and what kind of goals you have in mind, and then train optimally to achieve those goals. Let it rip. Everybody got that?
It is Sunday in Cookeville, Tennessee. 2 events remain before we send 3 men and 3 women to San Jose, California for the 2026 CrossFit Games. Welcome everybody inside CrossFit Mayhem for the final day of competition at the 2026 Mayhem Classic. I'm Sean Woodland with Rich Froning and Austin Maliello. And guys, 2 events are left. Still plenty that needs to be decided. This has been a fantastic competition so far. What has really gotten you excited about what we're about to see here?
We got 2 different tests here. This first one, obviously, I did not name these. Thank you, Mayhem Media Department. So I have to say my name a couple times, but this is something, 2 of these movements I still like to do. Breaking parallel, not so much, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, this, if you know your history, this is the reason why it's called Froning's Benchmark for a reason. This,
I have some biases, okay?
yeah, but again, so super excited to see this. But again, for these athletes that have hopefully been doing some of their homework, they should not be surprised to see legless rope climbs, an obstacle, and a heavy front squat, and of course, a little bit of bench this afternoon.
Here are your overall standings for the women with 2 events remaining. Paige Rogers with 340 points leads the way. She's looking relatively safe for a spot inside the top 3. Right now, those other 2 spots occupied by Emma Lawson and Lucy Campbell. Gabby McGowa, Emily Rolfe, and Abby Doman all have an outside chance of getting into the top 3, but they are going to have an impressive performance over these final 2 events.
When we originally wrote this workout, it had squat cleans instead of front squat. But as Austin dashed all these athletes' hopes and dreams of making the CrossFit Games with Gwen yesterday, the clean didn't really fit. We wanted to do a snatch, but we felt like everybody snatched a lot last year, so we went with the front squat here. I think it's just fine.
6 rounds for time of Froning's benchmark. Now the women will do 1 legless rope climb and 1 regular rope climb. First of 2 heats for the women. Keep an eye on lane 5, Lucy McGonigal, an up-and-coming youngster who's had a very successful teenage career at the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, I am interested, too, to see the difference in the men and the women's times with the legless / rope climb here.
That's right.
Just to see if we got the stimulus right. I think we did. We did anger, I guess, we offended some women by having them do 1 rope climb, but guess what? We're all doing the same work. Let's have some fun.
Can you just go a day without offending anybody, please?
I'm really good at offending women. Ask my wife and my daughters.
Yeah. Well, what we wanted was this, right? They're getting through that legless and that leg quick, and almost all of them off onto the handstand wall quickly.
I like the confidence here. Like to see that.
Yeah, Reese Littlewood is going to be the first woman done. She's in the yellow top on the left side of your screen.
Ooh. Yeah, if you practice the handstand walk obstacle regularly, you'll be just fine on it. But if you don't touch it frequently, it can trip you up, and mentally it can mess you up a little bit.
We do have an athlete down in lane 4, Olivia.
Yeah, that's Olivia Geishart, and the medical team is coming out to tend to her. And meanwhile, in lane 5, it's Lucy McGonigal leading the way, followed by Littlewood and Kyra Milligan in lane 7.
Yeah, Lucy making quick work of that front squat and really good, moving really well on that rope, that legless right there.
So now, as we're getting into round 2, what we wanted was the rope to be quick, and that was one of the reasons why we made this. And it seems to have been achieving the goal that we're looking for so far, which is a touch and go.
And it slowly adds up in the volume. You know, if you push that pace a little bit, it will compound. It will make that legless even harder, obviously.
Yes.
Reese Littlewood is already back to the barbell. Lucy McGonigal just stumbled on the handstand walk. She's got to go back to the beginning.
Those feet got wide there. There is a pole there. A little bit of a beam, but got to keep those feet in. Got to be a little bit more efficient.
And you can see these front squats aren't massively heavy, but you can see the weekend taking a toll on them right now.
Yep. Littlewood is now through 2 of her 6 rounds and will head back to the rope climb to start round 3. As Lucy McGonigal is on her 2nd round of front squats.
Even with
she just finished those up.
Oh no. So
Littlewood
just got no rep on hers. And now they're back to the same spot. Oh, Lucy and Littlewood.
Well, Littlewood is back in the lead ahead of Lucy McGonigal, but it's not nearly as large of a margin as it was heading into this round. And
Definitely
Littlewood onto
closer.
the rope first.
Littlewood making quick work of that legless right there.
Yeah, her gymnastics ability is pretty sharp here. She gets up and over those obstacles really quickly as well.
Kyra back to the rope.
Well, right now, the battle for the top spot is Reese Littlewood on the left side of your screen and Lucy McGonigal on the right. And as Rich just mentioned, Kyra Milligan is there as well.
McGonigal getting a little bit more labored on that second rope climb there. That pull looks a little bit more fatigued. So exactly what we were wanting to do there is to make sure that we didn't want to cut the rep, but we also wanted to maintain the stimulus of it.
Reese Littlewood on to her third round of 4 front squats at 185 pounds. She's 16th place overall coming into the day. Her best finish was the opening event, the 5K run with those 50 burpees in there. She finished 7th in that. Now, Lucy McGonigal, closest to the camera, working through her third round.
Yeah, McGonigal moving that bar a little bit faster than Littlewood. And then Littlewood doing the gymnastics piece a little bit better, which makes sense with the her doing so well on the run and the burpee.
That's right.
Lucy McGonigal on the right side of your screen, 12th place overall. Her best finish was 4th in event 2. That was Gwen.
And Littlewood is still moving up that rope. Nice.
Also, Kyra Milligan moving the bar really, really well. So see if that later, as the weight gets heavier, allows her to kind of catch these two out here in the front. She's not too far behind.
Milligan's on the bottom left-hand part of your screen, getting ready to handstand walk her way back to the rig.
And we'd like to see, even in the legged rope climb, you can tell they're getting tired and not bringing the knees up as high, not as efficient as they normally would be.
Not keeping that momentum moving upward. Yeah, when you start to stall out, makes that pull infinitely harder. If you can kind of kick your way up, not necessarily doing a kip. You will see some of these ladies doing a true kip.
McGonigal in second place right now, onto her 25-foot handstand walk up and over that obstacle as Littlewood continues to lead, and she's getting set to start her 4th of 6 rounds on that 185-pound barbell. 4 more reps to complete here for Littlewood on the left side of your screen. And here comes McGonigal.
McGonigal on that bar. Let's see how much different the speed of the reps are. Clean way faster.
Now McGonigal moving much more quickly through these reps than Littlewood did, and this is going to be pretty even going into this next handstand walk. Mentioned McGonigal's teenage CrossFit Games career. She won the teenage division twice in 2022 and 2023. First time as a 14 and 15-year-old, then she won it again as a 16 and 17-year-old, and has been on the podium every single year as a teenager. She's been at the CrossFit Games.
Littlewood right on that legless right there. So you're seeing 2 different strategies as we do this. She's pushing the pace on the gymnastics, Littlewood, and then McGonigal faster on the barbell. So we'll see what happens on the other end here. Kyra just getting over the handstand walk to start her 4th round of squats.
And this is where the set, where one of the 2 elements are going to slow the athlete down. At this point, any misstep on the obstacle is going to cost you that lead.
Littlewood has now separated herself a little bit from McGonigal, who just finished her first of 2 rope climbs. So the next one for McGonigal is going to be a leg assisted. Littlewood is through the handstand walk and back to the barbell for the 5th time.
She's good, but you can see Littlewood starting to take more of a rest here before the bar. As we saw in that last set, it's getting heavy.
It's getting heavy. A little bit more daunting on this end of the floor, depending on what type of athlete you are.
Because McGonigal now is about up and over that obstacle.
Littlewood going with a squat clean for her first rep as McGonigal in the pink shirt adjusts her belt. And this is where McGonigal was able to close the gap in round 4.
Yeah, still so fast on those squats. Going to bring her right into the almost dead even.
Yeah.
You see Littlewood right up on her hands. She will move a little faster on the rope. So we'll see if McGonigal saved a little bit to maybe push this last round on the gymnastics to see if she can stay within striking distance, taking a quick break before she kicks up on those hands.
On round 5, she stumbled a little bit and paused on the way up through the ramp here, so hopefully she can get through this smooth and get right to that rope.
Yeah, it's a momentum thing here. You want to make sure, but you also, that step falls off fast, so you got to be ready. We saw Darren in the cold last night trying to do it, and Scorpion himself. So.
He did.
Well, Kyra Milligan is still in third place by herself, trying to hang on to that spot, but she's well behind the two leaders. Milligan is in her 5th round as Littlewood is off the rope and heading back to the barbell for the final time on the far side there in the yellow top.
McGonigal has one of her rope climbs left. She'll kick right up. Once again, these ladies are hoping to disrupt the top heat a little bit. Showcase a little bit.
Yeah, again, it looks like she's in good shape. Hopefully she can get through these final reps.
Reese Littlewood is halfway through her set of 4.
McGonigal just getting on the obstacle now.
Littlewood is done, and she will take heat 1.
Nice.
Again, even though she was far behind, she's going to make quick work of this.
Now Littlewood is going to watch McGonigal get through these.
Moving quick on that bar.
Quick.
So 9:04.27 for Littlewood is your top time. McGonigal gets across at 9:20.
Now we got Kyra's the next on the floor to finish probably, or in the lead on the floor. She's on her final round. Using that kip on the legless right there. A lot of pulling this weekend, a lot of grip. There's pulling, but mostly grip this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, when you're upside down on your hands, it also really taxes the grip. Again, it doesn't always have to be pulling to work to send those forearms into another planet.
And you're also not really relaxing the grip too much on the front squat.
That's right. Yeah, you're fighting to keep that thing on your shoulders. It's not light, and their midline is tired.
Kyra kicking up for her last handstand walk here. One thing you will notice is they are not finishing with the handstand walk and then coming back down. Once they finish that squat, they just finish through. So they're not actually going back for the final handstand walk over the obstacle.
We saw Maddie Fouts on the right side of your screen, the upper right-hand part, get through her second rope climb as Kyra Milligan is heading back for the 6th and final time to the barbell. This should not be a problem for her. She looks to lock up 3rd place in the heat. Christine Kohlenbrander is in 4th place right now behind Milligan. No problem on the barbell for Kyra, and she is done.
Moving that bar quick.
Minor inconvenience. Kohlenbrander next on the floor.
Kyra Milligan in at 10:49.01 seconds as now Christine Kohlenbrander is on to her final set of front squats.
She's
and Kohlenbrander's across. 11:19.39 seconds for Christine Kohlenbrander.
Looks like Hattie Kenyo's the next to finish, maybe. We're flying blind up here.
Yeah, and again, keep in mind as we've discussed through this weekend so far, is this is meant to expose areas of weakness for these athletes that are looking to break it to that next level of what's holding you back. Is it the weight? Is it the skill? Is it the combination? And this is an event that just does that.
Yeah, it's kind of fun in this event. You know, you do have 275 for these athletes, 185 for the ladies. Isn't crazy heavy, but throughout the weekend and what we've done so far, but you also have, a gymnastic-y heavy on one side, and a little bit of a ping pong here with the handstand walk mat in the middle.
Looks like we have Caroline Stanley going to get to her final.
Well, there's a 14-minute time cap here. We're getting close to that. Obviously, we do not have the clock on the screen. We've got about 90 seconds left before we hit that time cap. So Stanley is going to finish well inside of that.
And then Hattie Canio is going to be right behind her, lane 10.
And Stanley is through, and as you mentioned, Austin, Hattie Canio in the bottom right-hand part of your screen will be the next woman to finish. And then Elizabeth Wishart will be close behind her. Canio's done. Wishart to the barbell for the sixth and final time.
Getting to those front squats. Looks like
about 60 seconds left before we hit the time cap. Two athletes are still out on the floor. In lanes 8 and 9, it's Maddie Fouts and Caitlin Bernardin. Fouts is in the yellow, Bernardin in the black. Both of them are in their final couple rounds, although Bernardin, I think, is in round 5.
Yeah.
So she's going to get capped.
Fouts has a chance to finish here. I think there's
Got to move pretty quick, though. Sounded like 30 seconds left a little while ago.
She's got to run to that bar. She knows that she's moving.
15 seconds remain.
10 seconds.
Nice.
Count it.
And she got it in.
Count it.
Just beats the
Nice
clock.
work.
Bernardin's going to get capped, and it's Reese Littlewood who takes the heat. 9 minutes, 4.27 seconds. And put up that time despite getting no reps on a handstand walk. So take a look at her finish. But I think it was in round 2 or 3 she got hit with that no rep on the handstand walk and had to come back, and then stayed steady on those front squats and was able to take the heat win and hold off Lucy McGonigal, who finished in second place, and Reese Littlewood is with Bella Martin.
Outside looking in for a games ticket at Syndicate Crown. Tell me what you learned about yourself as an athlete in that moment.
Oh, that was a tough one. I think it would be better if I was expecting to do well, but I kind of came in and like shocked myself, so then it even hurt a little more when I was like so high and then kind of missed by a little bit. But I think it taught me like it's gonna be okay. Like you do it because it's fun. Results, like, yeah, they're great, but also like the life I live is what I love about this. So that doesn't change if I make it or not.
Tell me about the life that you live. I know you're a full-time student and you're also training. Getting a ticket here, did you have to take off class? Did you have to push any exams back?
Yes, you signed a school note for me. University of South Carolina, I have a bone to pick with their student advocacy office because they denied it. But luckily, my professors worked with me, so I did have to push some exams, but I shouldn't lose any points.
Well, competing here at the Mayhem Classic is typically one of those bucket lists for athletes. Tell me what your experience has been this weekend.
It's been great, humbling for sure. I feel like I got bodied a few times when I wasn't totally expecting to. But it's such a cool experience. They run it well. And if I think back, like 15-year-old Reese would be just over the moon to be here at all. So trying to soak it in.
Well, we're happy you're here. USC, this is proof. She was doing what she said she did. Congratulations. That was awesome, Reese.
Thank you.
Littlewood, your Heat 1 winner, 9:04.27 seconds. And I think across the community, you know what to do. I think we can all get the athletic office address at University of South Carolina, and someone can be on the business end of a sternly written letter.
Let's start picketing.
One heat remains here as the women in the top 10 will be taking the floor, and here are your overall standings coming into the day. Paige Rogers at 340 points. She's had 3 straight finishes of third or better. Emma Lawson and Lucy Campbell separated by just 5 points for second place. Gabby McGowa, Emily Rolfe, Abby Domit, and Olivia Kerstetter all have some work to do if they want to get themselves into a qualifying spot for the CrossFit Games. Event number 5 is Froning's benchmark. Got some rope climbs, handstand walk, and then that heavy barbell at the end.
Yeah, I'm excited to see, what we can, from a timing perspective, but I foresee way less transition time. I think that's going to be the key based off just that first heat, how quickly they can move from one to the other.
Yeah, I feel like especially in these top 4 to 5 athletes, you're not going to see much resting or waiting. I know Paige is really good at legless. She was a little upset that we're not 2 legless the entire time. So let's see what happens here with the rest. I know she handstand walks a lot and uses the obstacle.
Late assignments for this second and final heat. Rogers, your overall leader, will be right in the middle of the floor, and the athletes who really need to do well in this event will be on the outside. Abby Doman is one of them. She'll be in lane number 3. Emily Rolfe in lane 8, and Kerstetter in lane number 9. They had to put up some big points here to move themselves into striking distance for a qualifying spot.
Yeah, which could happen. That's the beauty of this event and a couple of the events that we've had is that there can be some big swings taken and there can be some this risk reward.
Paige Rogers, as I mentioned, has had 3 straight finishes of 3rd or better, and she has yet to finish outside the top 10. Her worst finish was the 9th in the opening 5K run on Friday.
Yeah, she'll be just fine on this one.
Heat 2 underway. The top time, 9:04.27 seconds, belongs to Reese Littlewood, pardon me. 1 legless, 1 regular rope climb, and then the handstand walk and the 4 heavy front squats at 185 pounds.
Yeah, some of these girls, the descent might come to play, how fast you can get down that rope if you are you're hooking back up with your feet, or as you're coming down on that legged rope climb, the descent there. It's things like that you don't really think about, but when you're in the top couple spots.
Emma Lawson's going to be the first woman to get to work on her opening set of 4 front squats. Claudia Gluck, the left side of the screen, was right there as well. And Paige Rogers is through.
Yeah.
Rogers and Lawson to the final handstand walk here in round 1 at the same time, and it's Lawson kicking up first, followed by Gluck, and now Doman. Abby Doman sits in 3rd place early in this heat.
Yeah, they're all moving through quick. Again, this is just round 1 of 6, but they're moving through quick. Not a lot of transition time right now.
Yeah, and Lucy Campbell won that squat gymnastics workout, and right here she's bottom 2 technically in the heat, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, the gymnastics seem to be slowing her down a little bit. The rope slowed her down a little bit as well, so maybe she can get her feet underneath her in this round.
Rogers and Lawson still dead even for the lead.
Already done with those rope climbs.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to see here. It's exactly what they need to do.
Yep.
Abby Doman is now kicking up on her handstand walk. This is big for her.
Yeah, Paige is playing a little bit of a long game here too. She needs to keep the people on either side of her within 1 or 2 places, and she can not necessarily coast. I don't think we'll see that at any point from Paige, but she's playing a game here. That's one benefit to having a good lead.
Well, it's something to pay attention to right now. And we mentioned Lucy Campbell towards the back here, is that Abby Doman is chasing Lucy Campbell.
And she
needs to make up
off.
40 points. So she can take a huge chunk out of that here in this event if these placements hold as we move through event number 5 here.
In this round 3 is where we'll start to see a little bit of a separation.
For sure. Paige right back on that rope. Emma a couple steps behind her. So once again, this could be one of those that you get pulled along or pushed along more than you want to, and we see a late charge by somebody outside the top 3. So it's going to be fun to watch. Paige making quick work of those ropes. Emma caught right back up to her. They're both on their hands right here.
Right. And we're just closing in about 3 minutes in here, and they are moving through quick.
Lawson and Rogers continue to lead.
Get that belt. Emma on the bar, maybe a touch quicker in transition there than Paige. Paige seems to hop right back on that rope before Emma, so those transitions might come down to it.
Right. But they are basically synchro front squatting here.
Yeah, Emma's maybe a touch, maybe a second quicker in the whole set, but they're both back right on that handstand walk, super comfortable with their hands.
That's Abby Domit, who is in 3rd place right now. She just finished up her handstand walk.
Fuselier not far behind.
Yeah.
Or no, she just finished 3, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, now we see score. We got score now. Yep, Domit right there, Magala, Gluck right behind her.
So Gabby Magawa and Abby Domit are getting the help they need right now to really narrow the gap between themselves and Lucy Campbell in 3rd place, because Campbell is towards the back.
They're also pushing each other, which isn't fun either.
Yeah,
they know who they're competing against next to each other. Paige off the rope climb. Emma a little bit slower on the rope climb there, so this is where Paige, if she wants to push the pace a little bit just to get in Emma's head a little bit, this would be the time to do it.
Yeah, she can just get on this bar. But Lucy's struggling on that rope climb. I don't see her making up too much time at this point.
Rogers to the barbell first. This is her 4th of 6 rounds.
She's opened up a little bit of a lead. Emma does have the cycle rate a little faster on that squat, but it's not much. Paige is still making pretty quick work of it. So Paige has a chance here to kind of pull Emma along into a spot she doesn't want to get. They're way ahead of everyone else, though. So, you know, just want to be smart, both of them.
Yeah.
Rogers is really looking to put a stranglehold on the top spot of the overall standings. Lawson's still in 2nd place, looking to solidify her hold on the spot inside the top 3, and it's Abby Domit and Gabby Magawa who are looking to put a lot more pressure on Lucy Campbell for that 3rd and final qualifying spot, and they're getting the help they need again because they are still way ahead of Lucy Campbell at this point in the event. We're in the back half as Abby Domit is now
Paige already up on, got that legless in. Emma's up on the legless now. Ooh, she's doing that hand over hand pull right just on top. So a little bit of fatigue setting in. Paige making quick work of pretty much everything. Man, I hate to say it, but good job, Paige.
Yeah, she's moving really well here, and now already through the obstacle before Emma, so starting to put a little, even more distance.
Yeah, maybe dragging the brake just a touch, doesn't need to push.
But now
Emma's creeping back in though, so.
Paige is starting to separate herself a little bit. She has now 3 reps in.
And
she'll get done with the set before Lawson gets halfway through.
Man, Domit and Magala step for step as well here.
Yep.
That's going to be the race to watch after Paige and Emma finish here, because those are crucial points for those
Claudia
two.
Gluck is also in that battle for 2nd place right now as well.
Well, what's good for Lucy here is, you know, the 3 lanes beside her and then also Haley are all on that same round with her. So that does help.
Oh, Lucy Campbell just got a no rep and a handstand.
Okay, I should have.
She's back to the beginning. Lucy Campbell is only in round 4 right now.
Paige up the rope, legless done before Emma even thinks about jumping up there.
Campbell on the bottom right-hand part of your screen. This is her 2nd attempt at this handstand walk. And remember that wrist injury she had. Now another no rep for Campbell.
Emily Rolfe right there.
Paige Rogers is getting set to win the event. The top time coming in was 9:04.27 seconds.
Yep, she's well under that. We're around 7 minutes in.
And again, walking up to that bar with confidence and in no rush for the time or Emma right next to her.
Yeah, those two really separated themselves. Emma gonna finish strong here, but doesn't really.
Paige Rogers, her first event win of the competition, and she demolishes the top time, 7:23.10 seconds, as Emma Lawson is set to come across the finish line, and she is done, and she will take 2nd place in the event at 7:38.
Yeah, Gabby and Abby though, right back and forth. Man, this is gonna be
the race to watch here.
And Claudia Gluck
last
is
round
in there as well. Lanes 1, 3, and 4 is now the battle for 3rd place.
Yeah, man, and that also is huge for that position right there, because if she can get in there, it spoils the whole thing for both of them.
Magawa was only 30 back of Campbell. Rolfe was 35 back, and Domit was
Abby
40 points back.
Domit first on the rope.
So a lot of those points are going to be coming off
Block right
It's going
behind
to get
her.
a lot closer.
See how quick she can get back up on that rope.
Gowa gets through her legless rope climb.
Abby on it first.
Yep. You can
Making
tell.
that climb. Needs to get right on those hands. Force Gabby up a little bit quicker probably than she wanted to be.
Doma to the handstand walk for the 6th and final time here in this round. Now Gluck
Take a
is
quick
done.
break. See if Gabby jumps right up on those hands. She
Doma
takes
right
the
up.
break.
Gluck is up.
Gluck is up, which is huge.
That's
Getting
right.
between both of these.
Now we're running to the bar.
Yep. Oh.
So Doma
Sneaking
and
in.
Gluck to the barbell at the same time.
It's going to come down to cycle speed here.
Doman's about half a rep ahead. Now they're dead even.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be Gluck just ahead of Doman.
Came in with a quick descent.
And Gluck's going to take 3rd place in the heat. As now McGowan is across.
Well,
now you start doing math. It's 5 points per placement.
And
And Doman had to make up 40 on Lucy Campbell, who is now finishing up round 5. Campbell is in the bottom left-hand part of your screen.
And we still got plenty of time to finish here, so.
yeah, and again, keep in mind here that there are some times from Heat 1 that are now getting ahead.
Yeah, you got Kyra coming in. We've got
Littlewood was in at 9:04, McGonigal at 9:20, Kyra at 10:49. So that's the next
those
best
are
time.
all safe, so they're all in there. Kyra, yeah. Math, somebody math it for us
Yeah,
here.
there's a lot of math here, but needless to say,
Math is hard.
Well,
This-
Rolf and Kerstetter right now are your leaders on the floor. They're under the rope for the final time. There is Olivia Kerstetter. This is her 2nd and final rope climb in this round.
Fuselier about to move to her final round.
yep. Same with Haley as well. Just both are struggling under that weight.
A 14-minute time cap as both Rolf and Kerstetter are making their way back. Haley Adams is getting through her 5th round.
Yeah, so Kerstetter, Rolf definitely gonna upset some things here.
Yeah, again, these are just crucial points that are now stacking in the wrong direction for Lucy.
It's gonna make this
Kerstetter's
final.
going to get in well inside that 14-minute time cap. And she is in. 11:08.16 seconds for Olivia Kerstetter.
Rolf's going to get this done, but not in, but still will have a few from Heat 1 that have been able to finish ahead of her, so, which will further shake up the standings.
Rolf finishing up there, which is huge.
And Rolf is through, and now here comes
Lucy.
Lucy Campbell at 11:37.
A lot of times from that previous heat in there.
Yep.
But remember, 5 points per place. So really, Doman only needed 8 people between herself and Lucy to erase that deficit. And things are going to get pretty interesting now for that 3rd and final spot.
Got Haley and Becca here, both gonna finish, most likely under the cap. We have 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Haley does not, she doesn't like this, we know that, so. Becca right on the bar.
Good first clean, looking strong for the final 2 reps here.
Finished.
Fuselier is across. Haley Adams has 4 front squats at 185 pounds remaining here.
Haley belting up, getting ready to hit these 4 right here. Weekend not gone, we all know that how she wanted it to, so. See it finish strong. Haley here.
Yep. Just using the help of the crowd to get through these final 2 reps.
Haley Adams, 8th place overall coming into this event. Looking to stay inside the top 10 here. Final rep is good for Haley Adams, and she is in. And that will do it going to be Paige Rogers, 7:23.10 seconds, picking up her first event win of the competition. And she can start making some travel plans for California after that performance.
Pack your bags.
Yeah, it was an impressive 1-2 battle, but just again, that transition speed was really impressive to see, consistent throughout. Putting her in a great position for the final workout to feel good.
Well, let's take a look at the finish, because Paige Rogers and Emma Lawson were pretty close throughout this event, but it was Rogers on the barbell that really put her out front, and then this is the final set. Lawson wasn't even within sight.
She was just so smooth on both,
up 100 points, and then it's Emma
on
Lawson,
the rope and the bar,
who comes in second place. And Paige and Emma are both with Bella Martin.
Well, Paige, that was exactly what we need to do. You're on top of the leaderboard going to the final day of competition. We're in the opposite spot of where we were last year, just a year ago together. Tell me what's going through your mind as you're coming out onto the floor today.
Yeah, I mean, I knew this was a good event for me, but there's still at the start of the day 200 points, and there's still 100 points on the line, so a lot can happen. So I'm just doing what I know how to do, just treating this as another training day and trusting myself and trusting the Lord, and God has a plan, and it's going to be fulfilled no matter what. So.
Well, when we got over here, you said that this is something you've done before. Tell me, you and Emma have done this ping pong battle at a competition before. Tell me what that was.
Yeah, so we competed at Atlas Games in 2022, and it felt like the whole competition, we were just going back and forth. So we were both like such youngins, and it felt good to just go back with my girl and like the old days, so.
You're definitely still youngins in the grand scheme of the sport. Come on. Emma, you were 5 points ahead of the third place position moving into today. This is exactly what you needed to do to kind of keep yourself safe going into the final, knowing that there's a CrossFit Games ticket on the line. Tell me, how are you emotionally and mentally preparing for this final toll in just a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot on the line on the last workout. I actually don't even look at the leaderboard throughout the weekend, so that was news to me, but no, that's okay. It's okay. I need to know going into the last event, but honestly, yeah, just kind of, I've done what I can to prepare up to this point, and so I'm just showing up, trying to have fun, and just putting my best effort on the floor. So, yeah, hopefully the last one goes as good as I hope, but all I can do is try my best. So.
Well, there's a lot of little girls in this room that I've been watching cheer for both of you all weekend, and I'm sure they're looking to you as to, hey, how can I do this someday? What would you tell that next generation, because they're watching?
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I would be here doing this, so I had big dreams as a young girl, and I just kept working hard, and nothing beats hard work, so just keep putting your head down, doing what you love, have fun along the journey, and yeah, whatever happens will happen.
Well, thank you, ladies. We're going to keep dreaming together. Well done. We've got one more to go. Congratulations.
Paige Rogers and Emma Lawson one step closer to head to the 2026 CrossFit Games after they finished 1 and 2 respectively in that event. The women are done. The men coming up in event 5 in about 10 minutes. We're going to take a quick break. When we return, competition continues here at the 2026 Mayhem Classic.
Back in the olden days, youngins.
Rory, as a sport fan, I love watching these workouts, but also as a member of CrossFit Mayhem, I'm excited that we get to do these workouts, and then when I complain about them later, I can complain to Rich because he's the one who programmed them.
You get a direct line. We can't promise this to everyone at home. I guess you could give out his email if that's appropriate. But yeah, the good news is that if you do like what you're seeing here, creative workouts that are well thought through, we do practice them here before we send them out. Mayhem Gym on a weekly basis sends a full plan. And again, we started the show talking about history. I've been in this longer than I care to admit, and my heart has always been with the affiliate community. And I would have killed to have the types of resources that we're putting together and we're sending to a gym owner where they can say, hey, here's a minute-by-minute breakdown. Hey, here's how you warm up, and here's how you should coach these movements, the progressions, all the things. If I had that bundled up, I would have killed a man. But you guys don't have to kill anybody. It's good news because we're packaging and delivering those to you as well. And we got a lot of confidence. We're giving away 30 days.
Wow.
So if you guys think you want to try it, go sign up at mayhemgyms.com. You will get a full month of programming. When I tried to do the math on that, I was like, 30 days. Let's just say that a good programmer is going to spend at least 5 hours maybe programming, 3 to 5 hours in a week. So over the course of the month, it's going to save you a lot of time. Focus on coaching, focus on your community, have some fun, and do these workouts that you get to complain to Rich. You don't get to complain to Rich, but that we get to do them here in Mayhem.
And then come back here for a gym weekend. You've got to be a Mayhem affiliate owner if you want to be part of the weekends that we're really excited about and that we're really pouring into the athletes and pouring into their coaches too. Like,
that's right.
You got to be a member. You got to want that.
You can find the next Gym Dev weekend. We know it's coming up, and it's on our Mayhem events calendar on mayhemnation.com. So mayhemgyms.com for gym programming, mayhemnation.com for all the things we're doing this year. We'd love to have you guys here in Cookeville. It's a pretty cool place.
Hope to see you here.
final day of competition continues here at CrossFit Mayhem in Cookeville, Tennessee, as we have 2 events left for the men here at the 2026 Mayhem Classic. Thanks so much for being with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Rich Froning and Austin Malialo. And event number 5 is set for the 20 men vying for a spot at the 2026 CrossFit Games. And right now, it's Jeff Adler, Roman Krenikoff, and Colton Mertens who are in those 3 qualifying positions. Mertens has 3rd place courtesy of a tiebreak over Victor Hoffer. Hoffer, Hatfield, and Saxon Panchik, also Callum Clements, still have an outside shot of getting in, but everybody except for Victor Hoffer is going to need a lot of help in order to erase their respective deficits. Event number 5 is Froning's benchmark. We have a heavy barbell and some gymnastics work out there. Why do you hate the athletes, Rich?
Let's not sleep on the first heat. You know, we saw some big things done in the first heat that will affect the overall leaderboard. I think this is a unique event in the fact, if you're good at this, you can really step on the pedal, and if you're not, you're going to be exposed. And so we did see some perennial games athletes, some games athletes I think we'll see at the actual games that stumbled a little bit, that are going to have to do another qualifier.
Yeah, and again, this is we had some unique tests yesterday, so this one you might just see a shift in who performs well, because again, this is a little more traditional, certainly if you know your history.
I love it, obviously, with the name. I did not name this, the media guys did, and the AI did, so you can, I hate it, but it is what it is. It is something very traditional. Anybody who knows or has followed our programming for a long time knows that I like to mix in some gymnastics. I wouldn't say skill, but some gymnastics in there, and then pick up a heavy barbell.
Saw the lane assignments for this opening heat. Keep an eye on lane 6. That's where Sam DeMeester is going to be working. He's another young up-and-coming athlete. We saw that with Lucy McGonigal and the women's side. DeMeester, I'm thinking of RJ Mestry. DeMeester is a guy who's trying to punch himself into the top 10. RJ Mestry is also.
Yeah, Sam's not a stranger to these movements. He's super strong with the barbell. Hates the legless rope climb. So we'll see what happens here. Rosema jumping out to an early lead. Matthew, we got Koos getting loose.
So yeah, we'll
Choke's been used again.
Matthew and Rosema, the first 2 men to their opening set of 4 front squats on that 275-pound barbell. Daniel Koos was there as well.
Yeah.
So Matthew is finished, as is Rosema. We had a good battle between these 2 at Gwen yesterday.
That's right. Yeah, so again, they're moving through quick here. They all moved that bar really well. Obviously round 1 here, but hopefully we can see the speed on the rope climbs. This is the one subtle difference between the female and the men here, is that the men are doing 2 legless, and the goal is for them to be able to move through that relatively quickly. So keep an eye on that to see if we see a degradation there.
Yeah, right now Jack right on it, Nick right on it, Goose jumping right up on the rope. Nick up for his second. Jack took a little while to chalk there, so we'll see how this adds up.
Matthew and Rosema both done with their second round of rope climbs. Onto the handstand walk again.
Yeah, what we saw in the final heat for the women here, we're seeing 2 people kind of jump out to an early lead. We'll see if they can hold it. I feel like these 2 of all can do it. Seeing Seth Stovall start his round, his second handstand walk in round 2. First handstand walk.
Yeah, moving that bar really well.
Matthew and Rosema, no problem, getting through that second round, and they continue to lead here as Matthew is the first man to start making the return trip to begin round 3.
Jack kicks up into his. This is kind of what we saw with Paige and Emma.
Yeah, and knowing that, we did see a bit of a shuffling once you got past round 4. So sort of the round 1, 2, and 3 can be a little deceiving on how things stack up. So nothing is written in stone.
Yeah, that combined grip of the 2 legless, and then you don't really think about it on a handstand walk, but your grip does get a little bit more fatigued. You're on that mat, so it is uneven. You are fighting it a little bit, so you are having to grip with those hands a little bit. We've tested the grip over the weekend.
Yeah, just to call out Coos here in lane 1. I mean, you know, it's we know he's not training that much. He's legless rope climbing, going over obstacles, and moving a barbell pretty smoothly. So it's a testament to the foundation. So
yeah, heck yeah, he belongs here for sure. He's showed up last minute. We've kind of belabored that as the weekend is going on, but man, it is cool to see that. Hey, yeah, we did not waste a spot on him. Hopefully Hopper's icing that groin right now and getting ready for the rest of the season.
Roseman just got hit with a no rep.
That's costly.
On the handstand walk. So Nick Matthews all by himself in the lead here as he moves up to the barbell to close out round 3.
Oh.
Daniel Coos has now moved into second place.
Roseman just got another no rep. He fell on the top of the stairs.
So that'll get Tiago in here.
Tiago Lucis is now sitting in third, followed by Kobe Buckland in lane 9 and Seth Stovall. But Daniel Coos in second place in the heat.
Coos, you know, just holding on. Just also a testament to, obviously, you know, training once a day, following Mayhem Athlete.
Shameless plug.
Shameful.
Shameful plug, not shameless.
And now Rosema is onto the barbell. He's in the bottom part of your screen there in the bottom corner. He was pushing Matthew for first.
If anybody wants to complain that Mayhem Athletes have an advantage, yes, this is our home field. Let one of the other programming groups put on their own event. You know, invest in the community, come out, have some fun. So, yes, if we have a bias, it is fitness.
Which is transparent. Nice. It's good to see Jack clean himself up after those couple reps.
Yeah, rebound really quick. Close that gap a little bit there. We got Coos going on around our second rope climb here. Tiago finished with his first.
And Matthews is coming up and over. He's looking strong.
Man, this will really, it's good for Coos. It'll help him, give him some momentum throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah.
If he's going to continue on.
Matthew to the barbell for round 4 here. He came into this event in 16th place overall. His best finish was 9th in event 3, so really has not had the weekend that he has wanted.
Yeah, keep in mind, Coos does have the Shane belt on, though.
Oh, the Shane belt. Gotta love the Shane belt. Matthew has the Shane shirt on.
That's right.
No belt. You can see the belt. He's got the crop top.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the Shane belt is a belt under the shirt.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm not wearing anything. I'm super strong in my core. And then you go to tighten said belt, and you are ashamed that you need the belt.
That's right.
Been there. Still there.
Oh, Rosema is still getting no rep on the handstand walk. He's on the bottom of your screen walking back there.
Seems to be struggling with the stairs on the way up more than he is on the ramp. He handles the ramp the way back well, but the stairs have tripped him up now 3 times.
And what's funny about this is he's fallen into the clutches of Sam DeMeester. They have a little friendly rivalry, both Mayhem teams this year trying to make it to the CrossFit Games. So
Rosema looks like he's going to get through this handstand walk. And he is now into his 4th set of 6 on the 275-pound barbell as Nick Matthew continues to lead.
Right up that rope. Coos
up
not
another
far
rope
behind
climb.
him.
Daniel Coos is in 2nd and Tiago Luzis is in 3rd.
Oh, nice. So Coos is slowing down a little bit. He's a full rope climb behind now. With Matthews up and over, about to start his second to last round of front squats.
Matthew to the barbell for round 5. As Daniel Coos is on his handstand walk towards the barbell in his 5th of 6 round. Matthew into round 6 after he completes another handstand walk back to the rig.
Yeah,
Jack
Nick kind of
Rosema's
separating himself
way
here.
off the pace here.
Yeah, Nick separating himself. Coos right there, give him a little bit of a push, but Nick not in any real jeopardy of losing this heat here. But once again, we're going to keep saying it because guess what? It's our show. Coos stepping in, doing an incredible job there, and moving this barbell really well. So Nick onto his final set here.
And again, the whole field is all at round 5 now.
And
so.
Tiago Luzis just got no reps on a handstand walk. He was the man closest to Coos for second place. So now Daniel's got some breathing room as he heads back to the ring to start his 6th and final round.
Which gets Noah. Noah then jumps him, Noah Wilson there. Jumping Tiago, and then you got Seth Stovall right behind them. So you're seeing some bunches and some little flurries of activity and groupings here.
And again, this is where, as you're watching, keep an eye on how this heat is. We're about 8 minutes in. Maybe we're going to see a significant different pace in the next heat, but that, by design, when you look at the athletes we have on deck.
There's your leader, Nick Matthew, in his 6th and final round, and really has not been challenged throughout this event. Jack Rosenbaum was putting some pressure on him early, but Matthew has been all by himself.
Coos has actually
closed the gap here.
Closed the gap a little bit in lane 1. See if you can get a little reckless here.
Get a little look back, but not going to catch him. But man, hey,
he's got a little hop in his step. Though.
Yeah.
I like it.
Coos getting to the barbell. I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch Matthew because Matthew now has 1 rep remaining.
No, but who knows what happens in this next heat and what kind of havoc it causes.
Nick Matthew is in. He's going to take the heat at 9:05.01 seconds. Daniel Coos with 1 rep remaining. And a guy who wasn't even supposed to be here today.
He doesn't even go here. He can't sit with us.
9:13.38 seconds for Coos.
So pay attention to that for this next heat. We'll kind of, as we're going, we'll keep you where they were at. Yeah, nice late charge by Coos there.
Fired me up.
Yeah, you're always fired up.
It's true. I love the grit. He knew those last 4 front squats were going to hurt.
Gotta love some fitness racing.
Now we have a couple.
Yeah, we're going to have a bunch come in here.
That's right.
Tiago loses your leader on the floor, and remember, he was in Daniel Coos' back pocket for a lot of this event, but then the no rep on the handstand walk allowed Coos to pull away. And now
Tiago, big no rep. Seth Stovall going up the rope here, so
Noah Wilson has a chance now to take over 3rd place. Wilson,
pull pause on the top. I like it.
There's gets up and over, and Wilson is through. And onto the barbell for his 6th and final set of 4 front squats at 275 pounds.
No, Stovall and Tiago got a race on our hands here.
Yep.
Noah going to finish this up pretty easy, it looks like. That barbell does not look like it's super heavy.
Yeah, it's moving out like a warm knife through butter.
There we go, Stovall and Tiago, nice little race here. Going to be fun to watch this one.
Stovall right to work
right to
on his final set. Lucis is onto the barbell.
Yeah, Stovall finishes strong.
Stovall is across.
We have a race of 3 here now.
Lucis is just about done. And now in lanes 9 and 10, you got Mason Griffin and Toby Buckland. Griffin's on the right, Buckland's on the left.
RJ and
Demister. Griffin's in. Buckland is across and Mestry at the other end of the floor. He was covered up by the scoreboard, but he may have gotten in ahead of Buckland. He did by a second. RJ Mestry, the youngster, edging out Buckland. And that leaves Sam Demister on the floor.
But all these guys well under the cap. It's going to be an interesting race here with these top men.
Well, these times will definitely affect what's happening on top of the overall standings, because some of those athletes looking to punch their way into the top 3 need help from the men in this heat. Nick Matthew gives the most help with a time of 9 minutes, 5.01 seconds. So Matthew on the barbell had a little bit of pressure there in the final round from Daniel Coos. May have heard some footsteps, but didn't affect him as Nick hit those final 4 reps.
Yeah,
got himself across.
Nick was in charge there, but it was fun to see Coos give him a little late charge. Nick did give a little peek back to see where he was, and great finish there.
And then Daniel Coos coming in 2nd place, just 8 seconds behind Nick Matthew. And both Daniel Coos and Nick Matthew are with Bella Martin. Bella?
Nick, it's been quite a weekend. We've had some ups, we've had some downs. We've got the leader uniform on today. Our crop top is back. What are some of those learnings?
I mean, the crop top has powers. I gotta always reel it in, no matter how I'm feeling, so.
Now, I know you have been preparing for the CrossFit Games for this whole season. This is your first stop. What's your next stop, and what's the next plan for Nick Matthews? We see you in San Jose.
We're not out of this weekend yet. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Next stop will probably be NorCal. Well, yeah, NorCal for the CrossFit season. So, yep.
Well, it's always fun to have you. I don't know if you were able to bring your entire family with you, but you said you wanted to say some hellos to some of those that are back home in Minnesota.
Just want to say, love you, Core.
Very sweet.
Good.
All right, Daniel, that's exactly what you needed to do. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Jason, it's wonderful to see you on the competition floor, a surprise to many. When we caught up earlier this weekend, you said your only goal is to not get last. Yep. Moving into the final day of competition, a performance like this is exactly what you needed to do. Tell me about your experience so far in Hopper, excuse me.
Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. I've been out of the game for 2 or 3 years, and I was just so grateful to have this opportunity to be able to reconnect with all the athletes and be able to compete with such amazing people and the whole crowd and everything. So it's just been an awesome experience.
That's a very Hopper response to a question like that. Daniel, I remember you when you were in the teenage competition. We've done this for a while, and it's great to see you back on the floor. Is something like this in this environment what's going to get you back to competing again? I know your coach back there probably hopes so.
Oh yeah, 100%, and my mom over here too.
Well, guys, great job. That was awesome. We've got one more to go. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You're the first best judge I've ever had.
It's great to see someone like Daniel Coos, who's just really enjoying the experience and not getting wrapped up in the whole competition thing. Awesome to see him having a good time out here.
Yeah, man, he's been great ever since he showed up. Dom at the last minute, we were just needed a lane fill, right? And Dom's like, he's 5 hours, he can drive, he can get here, and guess what? He's been awesome. It's been great to see, and definitely showed in that event that, hey, it was worth it.
Second place in heat number 1 behind Nick Matthew. We'll take a quick break when we return. Final heat for the men in event 5 from the Mayhem Classic. The 2026 Mayhem Classic is presented by Mayhem Athlete, train for the pursuit. Gym Reapers, nothing is given. Push Press, all-in-one gym management software. GoWad, move like new. And Rogue, don't weaken. Competition continues here on the third and final day of action from the 2026 Mayhem Classic inside CrossFit Mayhem in Cookeville, Tennessee. I'm Sean Woodland with Rich Froning and Austin Malialo. One heat down here in event 5, and we are set for the top 10 athletes to take the floor. And here are your overall standings for the men, as Jeff Adler and Roman Krennikov are separated by just 15 points on top of the overall standings. Colton Mertens has a tie break over Victor Hoffer, but there's a tight battle there for that third and final qualifying spot.
It's going to be a fun one. Yeah, I mean, Colton's right there too, 20 point, and Hoffer. So anybody in these top 4, and then Austin's got to take some big swings. So we'll see what happens here. This is a good event for him, but it's a good event for everybody else too, and that's ahead of him. So he's going to have to take some big swings, and guess what? Winning both events might not be enough, but you got to try, right?
We saw some big point deficits get erased for the women, so Hatfield's hoping the same thing happens here in event 5, which is Froning's benchmark. We have some legless rope climbs, an obstacle handstand walk, and then 4 front squats to close it out at 275 pounds.
Yep. It's going to be a fun one. A lot of gymnastics on one end, a little bit of gymnastics in the middle, and then for these guys, a moderately heavy barbell. But first heat was fun to watch. We'll see if any of those times come into play. It did for the females, the women.
Yeah, we'll see. As they say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Wayne Gretzky or Michael Scott?
Michael Scott. So.
And also Wayne Gretzky.
That's right.
Or lane assignments here for the second and final heat. And Victor Hoffer will be in lane 4. He and Colton Mertens, who's in lane 7, fighting for that third and final spot. And Austin Hatfield will be in lane 8. As you heard Rich say, he's got to start taking some big swings here if he wants to put himself in a qualifying position for the 2026 CrossFit Games.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one to watch. Once again, we've got 9:05 and 9:13 are two times that, I don't feel like they'll come into play here for these top 5 athletes, but,
yeah,
we'll see.
And it might just come down to a mistake or a no rep. Like that's the margin of error with the seat.
Well, Victor Hoffer is really good at gymnastics, but Colton Mertens, we know that guy can move a barbell. So if Mertens is close to Hoffer when they get to the 275-pound front squat, that's going to bode well for Colton. Second heat is underway, and the time to beat belongs to Nick Matthew at 9:05.01 seconds.
Seen a couple of those athletes lower themselves down with their arms.
Yeah.
Jeff Adler mainly, which is interesting. Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off for him.
Adler, Krenikoff, first two men to the handstand walk. Austin Hatfield in lane 8 was there as well, and Hatfield is in front along with Victor Hoffer, who's in the green long sleeve shirt.
Yeah, Austin's got to do all he can do and just hope that a little bit of mayhem happens behind him. Another shameful plug.
That's right. Well placed. Again,
Hatfield, the first man to make the return trip to close out round 1, followed by Victor Hoffer, Jeff Adler, Roman Krenikoff, and Colton Mertens.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing in this top 5, it's mistakes, right? Mistakes are the separator here. What happened there yesterday on Gwen, you see Austin have to do 2 sets, doesn't finish, and then also have 3 reps left and have to finish that. So we'll see what happens here. If anybody makes a mistake, some high risk, high reward all weekend.
Yeah.
Fun to watch.
Yeah. Hatfield is leading from the front right now. He's
doing what he has to do. That's literally all he can do. He can't, which is not a fun place to be in. Been there before. It's not a fun place to be.
Jeff Adler's in second place in the heat, followed by Victor Hoffer again in that long green shirt, long sleeve green shirt.
Which I respect. I respect a little compression.
That's going to say.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So
put some pants on.
Yeah. We'll give, he's saving that for maybe this afternoon.
Austin Maliello, Kenny Leverich, and now Victor Hoffer in the compression club.
They are moving quick right now.
Well, Hatfield still leads as he's almost done with his second of 6 rounds. Hatfield.
We had some insider information from Facundo. He thinks Hoffer's going to win this event, so we'll see if that comes to fruition. Really good on his hands, moving well on the gymnastics.
Yeah, we'll just see how much fitness comes into play. Again, Austin's already on that rope.
See, he is pulling a little higher with that right arm. The left arm kind of trails. I know how he feels. Getting one in really quick, then chalking smart, not taking the time to chalk the first one. Jeff still doing that kind of negative on the descent, making sure, Austin, a little slippage there.
Yeah, Austin had a little bit of a hand slip, able to overcome it and get through. Still leading as Victor Hoffer still remains in second place.
You are seeing a little separation from these front 4 and 5. You're seeing Austin, Hoffer, Adler right here.
Yeah.
Roman just behind them, and then the Raw Hog behind him.
That's right.
Austin Hatfield, 5th place overall with 295 points. Has to make up 40 points on Mertens and Hoffer over these final 2 events.
Yeah, you're going to see what Adler's done all weekend. He's going to be slow and steady. He's going to be right there. I feel like Hatfield and Hoffer pushing the pace a little bit. We'll see who can hang on, but Adler's just steady, man. Methodical.
Yeah.
Roman right on the bar. Colton right behind him.
Colton's right there. Yeah.
Now, Roman is only 5 points up on Mertens and Hoffer, so he's not safe by any means.
Nope.
Yeah, the question is, who is going out of control right now?
Well, Victor Hoffer has now pulled even with Austin Hatfield for the lead. The two of them done with their handstand walks at the same time as they enter round 4 of 6. And it starts again with the 2 legless rope climbs.
Hoffer went for the chalk before the rep. Austin seems to chalk between the rep. Could come into play, don't know.
Colton just got a no rep on his walk back, so that's going to change things up here.
Mertens, bottom left-hand part of your screen.
Panchik falling into the clutches of the Panchik here. It's not a fun place to be. Also been there before.
Just a different first name.
Yep.
If anyone is ever wondering where the rule came where you have to jump over your barbell, it's because of what you two did.
There's a lot
of regionals that
Froning clauses or rules or safety innovations. I'm an innovator, man.
That's it.
You're welcome for the crash pad, athletes.
So I witnessed that firsthand. Victor beat Austin off of the handstand walk. Austin first to the bar.
Yeah, Hatfield and Hoffer getting this work on their
a little faster on the squat.
Set of 4 here.
We see Roman passing Adler here. That's interesting. Got a little caught up in our pre-race here, and Roman being methodical, doing Roman things.
Krenikoff and Adler to the barbell.
Hatfield a little bit of struggle on that.
Boy, he's got
3 reps before Adler starts. Now Hoffer has passed Hatfield.
Hoffer passed Hatfield. Hatfield had a little arm bend there.
Which means he's getting tired.
He's getting there. He's getting there, which is, once again, that's what he's got to do.
Yeah.
But Hoffer jumping in front of him is not good for him. Colton missing another one there. That's big. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, this could really, shake things up because
Austin getting a kip on that last pull there.
On the first of the 2.
But
Hoffer's
right
on
back
his second
up.
one.
Hoffer is through his 2 rope climbs. Hatfield is on his last rep, and his grip is starting to go a little bit.
Colton with another no rep. This could be significant if he starts to get passed by losing that or in the first heat.
Yeah, we're 5:45 into this heat, this heat. So watch that, 9:05, and then anything that happens in here.
Again, Mertens came in a tie with Victor Hoffer at 335 points, but Mertens had the tie break, so he sat in that 3rd and final qualifying spot as Victor Hoffer has really put some distance between himself and Austin Hatfield.
Yep, and guess what? He's fallen into the clutches of Roman, so Hatfield's got to do some things here. Can't be stupid, but also has to push.
Yeah.
Hoffer all by himself in first place. He's into his 6th and final round after this last handstand walk.
Colton the full round behind them.
Roman Krenikoff has moved ahead of Jeff Adler's. Adler just fell on the obstacle for the handstand walk.
It's gonna get close, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
The top time
is big for Roman. Roman's got to keep doing this.
Nick
Hoffer
Matthew
as well.
at 9:05.01 seconds. Keep that in mind because that could factor in here.
Which makes the final even more stressful.
And Daniel Kuz is only 8 seconds back of that.
That's right.
Kuz could really
and now
have
another
thrown
no
some,
rep for
wrench
Jeff
here.
Adler. He is running into problems here. He's in
Hatfield,
round
1
5.
in, 2 in. Got 2 left. Hoffer on his final. Hoffer looks like he's going to smoothly win this one. Hatfield doing what he needs to do.
He's got to stay ahead of Roman here.
Got to stay ahead of Roman.
But
Be
Hoffer
smart.
smooth over that obstacle here. He's going to go to that bar.
Adler finally got through his handstand walk on his 3rd attempt. Hoffer's to the barbell for the 6th and final time, looking to win the event.
Oh, man. Oh.
Got it.
Austin got it. But
Austin has to finish here. Roman's on his last rope climb. It's going to come down to this handstand walk here because they're both Roman right off.
And that's it for Victor Hoffer, and he's going to pick up 100 points and win the event.
Well done, Hoffer.
7:34.43 seconds.
Hatfield through, Roman just behind him. Adler taking some time here.
He's got to look at him. He's got to watch him.
To the barbell for
Roman's
the
running
time.
to the bar here.
Along with Roman. Roman hustling up. Hatfield is right on it.
Okay, they're rep for rep here.
Hatfield about a half a rep ahead of Krenikoff.
Gotta go, gotta go.
It's gonna come down to the buzzer. I think Hatfield got it.
Hatfield got him.
Hatfield gets it by
Colton
0.3 of a
here.
second.
All right, so now we're watching here the previous heat, 9:04. You got Panchik about to finish. So he's in front of Adler, in front of Colton. Zanoni in front of him. And then
there is Saxon Panchik. He's
Callum
onto the barbell
Clements.
for the 6th and final time.
Quinn
Colton
Robinson.
Mertens now is still in round 5 here. And Jeff Adler has just started round 6.
And Enrico's going to finish here.
Panchik going to finish. Enrico going to finish ahead of Adler. Man, it's going to make this final even more fun to watch, everybody.
Panchik is in. Zanoni's getting set to finish up.
Zanoni finishes. And we're getting close to this 9:05.
9:05 is the top time from heat number 1.
I think Adler falls out of there too, so.
This is going to get really interesting because Jeff Adler is still on his handstand walk to the barbell in round 6.
And he's about.
Adler's losing the 9:05, going to lose the 9:13 to Koos. Koos doing his job.
Yeah, Koos is stealing points.
You're earning points, Austin. We were politically corrected yesterday.
Oh, all right, so it's 9:14, so.
The final 4 reps here for Adler.
I mean, again, and now we have
Clements,
who is going to
get ahead of Colton.
Which will further.
Quinn Robinson as well.
Yep.
Man, oh man.
Callum Clements on his final rep, and he is done, which leaves
Quinn,
Mertens, and Robinson. And also down in lane 1, Alex Vigno still on the floor. 14-minute time cap here, so we got plenty of time to finish. And all of those men that I just mentioned, except for Vigno, are in their 6th round. Vigno is only in round 5.
And Quinn Robinson just got a no rep. He's got to catch his breath.
Huge.
That's a big, again.
Huge.
These are 5 huge points.
Well, take the top of the leaderboard and put it in a blender right now, because
I
only
got nothing
20
for you.
points separated first from 4th.
And Quinn finishes, so that's going to be another 5 for Colton here. Man, oh man.
Yep. Yeah,
man, what more could you ask for?
This is exactly what you cooked up in the kitchen.
Now Quinn Robinson is
Let me cook. It was a group effort.
And again, and now that
Colton's fine on the Vigno. I have no idea what happened in the previous heats, minus those top 2. So, man, this is big. You know who probably is in the best situation right now is Hatfield with this. Obviously, the 1, 2, and 3 is huge with Adler. And
yeah, this is really going to put everything in a blender.
These final 4 reps shouldn't be a problem for Colton Mertens. And now Mertens is in as Alex Vigno on the left is just closing out round 5.
yeah, and what we do want to bring attention to, thanks to our colleague who helped us program this, J.R. Howell, we caught some heat by having 1 legless and 1 rope climb for the ladies, but guess what? The top times were within 10 seconds, so.
That's it. And that was, when we programmed this, that was what we were looking to achieve.
The stimulus.
The stimulus for the top. And again, you know, as we look at this, we've talked through this, as Vigno finishes up this round, there is a separation at the semifinal level. We're sending athletes to the games, and we're also showing the bottom half of the field how far they have to go, not as anything more of an inspiration and a guidance to where you have to go. And it's hard to understand that unless you're on the floor.
Right, and I think that's why you talk about guys like Daniel Koos, RJ Mestre, guys who are trying to get experience here. Like you mentioned, it is a valuable lesson to show, hey, you've been really good, but now this is what you need to be in order to get to the next level.
That's right. And again, just the attitude that Koos has of being grateful for, like, if you have your mindset, this is how you get better, it's phenomenal. You put yourself in a growth mindset.
Yeah, I mean, you even look at this workout. It's not a ton of volume.
Right.
You know, it's 10 or 12 legless rope climbs, good chunk of handstand walking, nothing crazy, and 24 front squats. So, you know, the weight is heavy. It's not crazy heavy as far as these athletes have come. And, man, this is just, it's been fun to watch. You got to be able to combine those skills. You know, everybody wants to see a big lift, but being able to do that under fatigue is, I think, one of the best expressions of CrossFit.
That's right. Yeah, just the practical application of that force, right? Where, yes, power output's important, but can you practically apply that in the other scenarios? Again, arguably more functional and a better test.
Alex Vigno on his final trip down the floor. And back in 2016 at the CrossFit Games, Matt Fraser pretty much led wire to wire. There was only other one other man who sat on top of the overall standings in the CrossFit Games that year, and it was Alex Vino.
Vino's been here forever.
Yeah,
he walked with us to school uphill both ways, Austin.
That's right. Yet somehow he's still doing it.
Yeah, lucky. Or unlucky, whichever. Attaboy Vigneault, finishing it. Didn't need to, but guess what? He's going to.
That's right. So good.
Vigneault's in.
Also,
and that'll do it for Heat 2.
Active police officer as well, so thank you for the service.
Thank you.
Yeah, Victor Hoffer takes the event and does himself a gigantic favor. In the process, earns 100 points, and he is one step closer to qualifying for the 2026 CrossFit Games. 7:34.43 seconds. Austin Hatfield also making things interesting with a second place finish. He'll earn 95 points in the process. 8 minutes, 1.95 seconds. Victor Hoffer with a great finish was able to put some distance between himself and Austin Hatfield around round 4. And here are his final reps at 275 pounds.
Yeah, super impressive. Crushed the gymnastics, moved the barbell flawlessly. And man, that's an impressive time, impressive work. Looked great throughout. Austin trying to give him a push. Roman and Austin, a little inner gym rivalry they have here. A lot of trash talking goes on between those two. So Austin snuck right in, little rabbit hop over the bar there.
And as close as this race is, I mean, that's
that
5
could be
points.
Huge.
That could be a major difference and come into play for Austin Hatfield when things are all said and done. But let's send it down to the competition floor. Austin Hatfield and Victor Hoffer are with Bella Martin.
Victor, you were tied in points for 3rd place moving into event number 5 this morning. Tell me how it feels to be taking an event win going into the end of competition this weekend.
It is very good. I'm very happy to be there. I really enjoy here. And yeah, I was looking forward to try this workout. I really do love gymnastics and everything, squatting as well, so I'm very happy.
When we were looking at the workouts on paper, this is the one that most people would argue this is a Victor Hoffer signature workout. Does that go into your mind? Is that something you're thinking about as you're going to this one, or is it just execute, we're going to accomplish the plan?
Honestly, I try to not think about it. I know I can do good. I just focus on what I'm doing, and it's what I did.
Qualifying for the CrossFit Games for the 2nd time is something that not many athletes get to be able to say they're doing. How is it feeling that that is looking like a reality for you this weekend?
It feels fantastic, to be honest. I come here and the top 3 is, you know, those guys are very strong, and to be part of them, it feels just incredible.
We're really lucky that you're here, Victor. Austin, I know you're not much of a farmer these days. You spend a lot more time in Cookeville than with rabbits back home. That was a bunny hop to the finish. Going back and forth with Roman, you do that all the time. What's the difference here?
A lot more at stake here. Probably the 2nd most athletic thing I've ever done in my life. It was fun, though.
We caught up this morning. You were saying that the workouts this weekend have been great, and everyone here is fit. That's no doubt about it. Everyone here is fit. You are fit yourself. We're not in that place moving into today. We were in 5th. We want to be at least top 3. How are we planning to attack this afternoon?
Leave it all out there. Nothing left in the tank. Crash and burn, you crash and burn.
Nothing's earned, right?
Nothing's earned.
Well done, gentlemen. Congratulations, Victor. That was awesome.
Victor Hoffer picking up his first event win of the competition, and Austin Hatfield doing himself some favors with a 2nd place finish. So nothing has been decided on the men's side with 1 event left. We will take a break, and in about 20 minutes, we'll have the 6th and final event for the women and find out who will be heading to San Jose, California from Cookeville, Tennessee for the 2026 CrossFit Games. So stay with us, everybody.
Don't want to miss this one.
Rory, nothing is given, everything
buddy,
is
you seen Gym Reaper
earned.
stuff? Yeah.
We are here at the Gym Reapers booth, and talk about being generous. They gave all of our volunteers outfits for the weekend. They gave all of our staff. They kitted everybody out, and they're new here, and I love that.
100%. And we've said it before, we'll say it again. This isn't possible with folks like Gym Reapers coming in. So if you're sitting on your couch and enjoying watching people just crush themselves against amazing workouts, please give a shout to Gym Reapers. Go check them out. I've gotten multiple compliments today. You know, like whenever
I
know it's a good T-shirt. When everybody's like, "Hey man, you're looking yoked."
I like the
'Cause
shirt.
it ain't from the workouts.
It feels good to see an American flag and a skull and Mayhem together. I like that.
Something's right about it.
Yeah.
So they're here all weekend, but they can find them online too, right?
Find them online. We've got an entire cross-training platform. You can head over to our website. It's all on social media too. But the shirt, it's only here. If you want to get the shirt, you've got to be in Cookeville. We've gotten a lot of DMs about that one. So
Yeah, sorry about
exclusive.
it. Be here next year.
And just a reminder, Rory, nothing is given, and everything has to be earned.
Everything has to be earned.
Mayhem Classic as 3 women will be heading from Cookeville, Tennessee to the 2026 CrossFit Games when it's all said and done in final toll. I'm Sean Woodland with Rich Froning and Austin Malialo. We got dumbbell bench press, double unders, and a 100 dumbbell farmer's lunge to the finish.
Gotta pay the troll toll. Always Sunny reference, remember that one?
I haven't gotten into it.
I never did either, but there's a funny episode,
funny
scene, I guess. But anyway, all right, here we go. It's going to be fast and furious. Could have been another name for this event. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be one of those that it's going to be a tight. This heat could affect the top here. Obviously, the top, I think it's 5 or 6, all have an outside chance. Top 7 have an outside chance of making it. I think the top 1 and 2 are pretty safe, but it's going to be fun. Fun to see here. It's going to be quick. Watch the screen here.
People starting to finish up their reps set at 30, so a handful of people going unbroken with a handful of people have already blocked. Taking a break. They move on to the 200 double unders now.
A little bit of sneaky on the jump rope here too. The athletes didn't know that it was going to be, it's not a heavy rope, it's not a light rope, it's a class rope. I went to test this workout, forgot my rope, grabbed the class rope, looked at it and was like, man, this adds a little layer to the test, so
yeah,
be fun.
Caroline Stanley in the red and Kyra Milligan in the blue top in the middle of your screen were the first 2 to the double unders. Lucy McGonigal, Wishart, and Colin Brander are also there as well.
A couple of these ladies jumping back a little bit, getting close to that bench, so in an event like this, you gotta be aware of your surroundings and see what happens. Got to make sure the little things like that, you're going to see a lot of times pretty quick on each other.
Stanley is the first woman to break, and she's right back to work. After this, they pick up the 50-pound dumbbells. They have to lunge them down and back and then run to the finish.
Yeah, and I don't love that it is a 200 unbroken from a fan perspective, but it changes the test if we were to break these into 50-foot sections and kind of show you. So pay attention to the judges' hands. We'll know when they're in that last set of 50 and
yeah.
Then they'll be moving. We'll give you a little lunge finish, and then they're going to run down to they're going to go down and back on the lunge, and then run to the finish. So here we go, halfway through it.
So on the scoring ribbon, they're going to get credit for 1 rep for every 50 double unders. So at the 34 rep mark, that is when they will move to the lunge.
Again, we have, they're going to have to move on this lunge here.
Yep. Can't be taken lightly.
With an aggressive cap, obviously the purpose of that is we need to reward those that are moving fluidly through this, but it is a tight cap. The speed of the lunges will matter when they get there.
Stanley taking another break. Hattie Canio, meanwhile, is down in lane number 10. Gained some ground on the leaders. She's on the far right side of the screen, Canio is. Now
another break for Stanley and Milligan. Here in a second.
Yep. So we're closing in on 1 minute, and we have our first athlete
onto the lunge here.
That is Lucy McGonigal. So Lucy McGonigal has put herself in the lead.
And it is a down and back.
And she's almost done with the first length before Kyra Milligan has even gotten her hands on the dumbbells. Milligan now in second place. Carolyn Stanley's judge's hand in the air, and Hattie Canio's judge's hand is in the air as McGonigal makes the turn back. Here comes Kyra Milligan.
It was a quick turn.
Hattie Canio and Elizabeth Wishart on the left side of your screen in the all blue on their lunges. McGonigal is just about done, really laboring with those dumbbells, but finding a way to adhere to the standards and get herself across that line. And McGonigal
she's gonna have to run. Oh, that's right.
Is now making the turn again.
They do get credit per lane or section through here.
And that's the cap, so no one able to finish inside the 4-minute time cap.
McGonigal got close. See what happens in this top heat here.
So McGonigal had to get one more length and then across the finish line in order to finish the event. So that makes things now really interesting for this final heat.
Cap might have been a little aggressive, Cotton.
May have been a little aggressive, but we'll see. I mean, they did take a handful of breaks in the doubles, but...
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
Yeah.
But a lot of grip, a lot of shoulders this weekend, taking a little bit of a toll.
So Lucy McGonigal is your heat winner, and she is with Bella Martin.
Lucy, what a way to close out your weekend. It's been awesome to have you here with us to kick off your season for semifinals. Tell me, what are the learnings? What were your highlights?
Yeah, I think yesterday was definitely a big day of learning. I mean, started off hot, which isn't unusual for me, but should know better by now, to be honest. But yeah, happy with the way today went, and yeah, just hope keep on bringing this momentum to French and punch my ticket.
Well, we want to see you there. What is the one thing about maybe Mayhem that you've experienced this weekend that is new to you that you'd like to share with everyone else in the world?
Yeah, I feel like doing it in a gym, it just feels like more homely. I don't know, I haven't been as nervous this weekend. I think it's just more casual, but like with all the fans being so close and everything, it's been unreal. But it's been amazing all weekend, so thank you guys.
Well, we're happy you're here, everyone. Lucy McGonigal, well done.
McGonigal gets all the work done except getting across the finish line. 3 lengths on the lunge, and she was just about finished with that. So nobody finishes inside the 4-minute time cap as we are set for the second and final heat. Your overall standings, Paige Rogers has more or less clinched a spot. She would have to finish dead last, and Gabby McGowan would have to win this event for Rogers not to qualify. Emma Lawson, she's pretty safe too at 405 points, but the battle for third is pretty tight between Campbell and McGowan. Abby Doman and Emily Rolfe has an outside chance, but we've seen pretty big deficits get erased very quickly here in this competition.
Yeah, gonna be fun to watch here, especially in 4, 5, and 3 through, especially 3 through 5, and then 3 through 6 or even 7 have a chance here.
Yeah, and again, I think the speed of every rep will matter here, right?
We saw some breaks on the double unders.
That's right. And then the speed of the lunges. By the time we saw some of the ladies out to lunges, that was hard for them to just hold on to. You can tell.
There is the event, its final toll. 30 dumbbell bench press at 50 pounds, 200 double unders, and then 3 lengths of the floor on the
33
lunge.
feet sections. For some reason, I thought it was 50, but 33 foot.
I mean, it's not like you programmed the event or anything.
I knew the distance. I didn't know the floor layout, Sean.
And here are your lane assignments for the second and final heat. So Rogers and Lawson in lanes 6 and 5 respectively, they are safe. Gabby McGowan in lane 4 is trying to chase down Lucy Campbell in lane 7. Only 5 points separate the 2 of those women for the third and final qualifying spot. That's just 1 spot in the results. 5 points you decrease by as you move your way down the results. So winner gets 100, second is 95, third is 90, so on and so forth.
Yep. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight. Once again, those 5-foot sections do count as reps, especially for tiebreakers. So we won't see a ton of ties there.
Lucy McGonigal was the heat winner out of heat number 1. It's a 4-minute time cap, and she barely missed getting across the finish line.
Yeah, she was. That's one break of a double under.
Yeah.
Right. So again, I think with this heat here, we'll see faster, smoother. But again, you cannot make mistakes. And in order for anyone to make any jumps here to get to that third spot, that's what it's going to take. So if somebody finishes here, and they're within that striking distance, that could be it.
All right, so one more look at the event description. What are your keys here after watching that first heat go?
Yeah, limit your breaks on the double unders. I was really surprised at the number of breaks they took. We'll see here if it does the same for the top 10, but yeah, it really came down to, I think, the double under on there. The bench, they were all pretty smooth, some minor breaks, but really surprised at the double under toll. We have done a lot of grip once again. Throughout the weekend, shoulder fatigue probably setting in a little bit, but yeah, gotta go fast.
Yeah, and I think key is you can move a bench press fast or slow, and I think that will also really help. You can rep these out quick if you're feeling confident on it. Bank a couple seconds.
There's Paige Rogers, who has been on a tear after finishing 9th in the opening event. She's gone second, third, and then picked up her first event win of the competition earlier today in event number 5 And again, she just has to avoid a total collapse here to keep herself in a qualifying spot. Emma Lawson sits in second place. She's got 405 points. Lawson relatively safe, coming off her best finish of the competition as well in the prior event. She took second behind Rogers.
Yep, Gabby Magala, Lucy Campbell, Domit are really that's your race right there. Let's watch that. We'll watch the whole thing, but yep, that's it.
And then Lucy Campbell really just needs to stay ahead of Gabby Magala.
Also Domit, though, she can't get some spots between them.
Yeah, Domit can be a little mayhem causer here.
Abby Domit and Emily Rolfe still alive. But for Lucy Campbell, stay ahead of Gabby Magala and those other two women, and you should be fine here. But it's going to be interesting to watch play out here. Final heat underway, 30 dumbbell bench press at 50 pounds. The dumbbells have to touch your shoulders, and you have to lock out at the top.
Lane 7, Lucy is moving those quick.
Yeah, she's moving them quick. Obviously, Paige next to her moving them quick. Lucy's definitely faster than Domit here. Looks like about a 1.5 rep to her 1.
Yeah.
Gabby's moving them really quick too, so man, it's going to be fun to watch here once they get to these double unders.
Gabby takes a break
from Gabby, break
takes
from
a break.
Lucy at the same time. Oh, imagine that, Paige going unbroken. We do a lot of bench around here. Don't sleep on the bench press in CrossFit. I know people hate it.
Kerstetter and
Domit can be.
Kerstetter as well, so hey, could get interesting.
Kerstetter has 315 points. She's got 35 to make up on Lucy in order to wind up in third. Now here comes Campbell and Magala to the jump rope, and then down in lane number 1, Claudia Gluck is there as well.
Fast cycle rate on Lucy here.
So remember, at the top of your screen, they're going to get 1 rep credited for every 50 reps they complete on the double unders.
This is what we wanted to see.
This is it.
Lucy's cycle rate's a bit faster than Abby's here.
Emma is moving that rope quick too.
Very.
Yeah.
Well, Abby Domit towards the front. Domit is on the left side of your screen in all light blue and the black knee sleeves.
Yeah, Emily Rolfe is really moving those double unders pretty quick in lane 8
Gabby
as
with
well.
another trip.
Gabby Magala just took a break.
Good for Lucy, good for Abby.
Yeah, Paige is looking
Abigail with a little bit
smooth.
of a trip.
I don't think Lucy Campbell stopped yet.
I don't think so. You can see too that rope's just over her head.
We have,
picked
Rogers,
a good size.
Domit,
There's a couple
Kerstetter.
different sizes out there. They're not true to their individual heights. There's a small, medium,
There's
large.
another break for Gabby Magala as Lucy Campbell continues to work here. Abby Domit is towards the front.
Lucy Campbell still there. Paige takes a break.
So Abby Domit had
Gabby's
to make
taking another break. This could shift things up if we start to see other people passing her by.
Domit had to make up 10 points on Campbell. That's the first break for Lucy Campbell.
Paige is still going.
So Domit is inside 50 to go. At the 34 rep mark is when they'll hit the lunge.
Paige takes a
4-minute
break.
Time cap here. It's 3 lengths on the lunge.
Closing in on
Lucy
just under
Campbell
90
just looking
seconds.
at her judge. You know she's getting close.
Judge's hand in the air for Lucy Campbell. Hand in the air for Emma Lawson. And now
Domit to the dumbbells first.
To the lunge, but Lucy Campbell is right there. If Lucy stays just behind
Emma
Domit,
right there.
she should
Emma
be
could
okay.
cause
Now here
havoc in
comes
this
Olivia
whole thing right
Kerstetter,
here.
Emma Lawson, and Paige Rogers. 3 lengths. Domit's going to be the first to complete it to make the turn. Campbell's right
Domit
behind.
keeps him in her hand.
Dumbbells. Lucy hangs onto the dumbbells. Emma got that little swing there.
Well, the good news for Lucy is that Gabby Magala is nowhere in sight. Magala is still on the double unders, so Campbell just has to stay close to Domit.
Domit takes a break.
Campbell has made the turn, and she is now in the lead on the final leg. So Lucy Campbell looking to hang on to that third and final spot. She's 10 feet away from a trip to San Jose, California, and Campbell has done it.
She gets it done.
Paige and Emma back and forth. Domit.
Paige, Emma, Domit.
Rogers and Domit are all in, but Lucy Campbell picks up her first event win, making her second win of the competition. 100 points. And we will see you at the 2026 CrossFit Games, Lucy Campbell.
Once again, tight time cap, but man, that's what you want to see. The ones that are going to the games or have been at the games, finishing it, I wouldn't say with ease, but well under the cap.
Oh, man.
I got a little scared there, I'm not going to lie. That first heat, I was like, oh, yep, we screwed this up.
Yeah.
I own it. But hey, you got the top 5. They all finished under. Good.
Yeah.
Lucy Campbell goes unbroken on the lunge. It wouldn't have really mattered for Abby Domet because Domet would have needed 2 people between herself and Campbell for that final spot.
You're welcome for the drama, everyone. You're welcome.
So unofficially, it's Rogers, Lawson, and Lucy Campbell, who, when the pressure is on, turns in the performance she needed. Let's take one more look at the finish as Lucy Campbell goes unbroken on the lunge. And this is the final 15 feet for the second fittest woman on earth from 2025. Book the ticket to California.
Impressive, yeah. I mean, that's
Lucy
what it's
Campbell
about.
is with Bella Martin.
Lucy Campbell, we began our season together at the announcement of 26.2. It seemed to you like a dream come true that you did an open announcement and you have unofficially gotten yourself back to the CrossFit Games. You seem a little bit emotional. Talk me through it.
I just left that really late. Like, the event before this just, I don't know how everyone else was climbing up that rope because my abs were not working. And I have never been so slow. And to be honest, after that, I was super nervous that I'd messed it all up. And coming into the last event with essentially 1 spot difference between you and the person behind you and 2 spots between the person behind that, it's just not a position that you want to be in. But I know that when I'm in that spot, I can always deliver and I can handle the pressure. But it's just not a pleasant feeling. So it was really nice to be able to cross that line and secure it, hopefully.
Well, talking about a big year of firsts and hopefully other good things, we've done the open announcement. You are going to be unofficially one of the first athletes to qualify back for the CrossFit Games. Tell me, does that feel real to you yet that you're able to do that given where we were 2 years ago?
Yeah, not at all. I think I just find the challenging thing about CrossFit is that because every event is different, all the sets of events are different, I never feel like I can carry the confidence through. And it's something that I really need to learn because I think I've sort of proved myself over and over again that I can do it. But it's very surreal to be able to call yourself a multiple-time Games athlete. And yeah, it's something that after the last couple of years, I absolutely don't take for granted. Every opportunity to be out here, every opportunity to go to the Games, it's just a win already.
Well, if you ever forget who you are, I'll just send you this video and you'll never forget. Lucy, congratulations on an event win to close out the competition weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, Lucy Campbell.
Well, Lucy Campbell, we saw her do it at Wadapalooza earlier in the year when she had to perform in the final event to lock up that championship. She wins this event here to rack up another 100 points, her second victory of the competition. And Lucy Campbell looks like she's heading to California to try to improve on that second place finish for the 2026 CrossFit Games. Women are done. Men coming up next when we return to the 2026 Mayhem Classic. The 2026 Mayhem Classic is presented by Yeti, gear that goes as hard as you do. Strongest, epic fitness events on tap. PBS, brought to you by viewers like you. Strike Movement, united by motion. And Chick-fil-A, eat more chicken. We are down to the 6th and final event of the 2026 Mayhem Classic in Cookeville, Tennessee, as 3 men are set to earn a ticket to San Jose, California, and the 2026 CrossFit Games. Thanks for being with us, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Rich Froning and Austin Malialo. Here are your overall standings after 5 events. Victor Hoffer has moved from 4th into the lead. Roman Krenikov remains in 2nd place. He's 5 points back, making of Hoffer. Jeff Adler is only 15 points out of 1st place. And Adler has a 30-point cushion on Austin Hatfield for the 3rd and final ticket to San Jose, California. The event is the final toll, and it's a fast one. 30 dumbbell bench press at 75 pounds, then 200 double unders, and a final 100-foot farmer's lunge, 3 lengths on the floor here. What are the keys to this event, Austin, if you want to get inside that 4-minute time cap?
I think that the key is, as we saw at the end of that last event with the ladies, was speed on the dumbbell actually matters, and then you gotta go unbroken on the double under.
Minimize breaks, for sure. Right. I feel like the guys will minimize breaks. I think Jack Rosema should automatically be deducted 10 points here for wearing an Ohio State jersey in this building.
10 men in this opening heat. For more on this event, let's get down to Bella Martin on the competition floor.
Well, if you're watching at home, I've got a little bit of rich history for you. When it came to programming the final toll, Rich Froning's request for the jump rope was this specific RX Smart Gear rope. Rich met Dave Newman, the founder of RX Smart Gear, in 2010 after the Friday Night Lights event at McDonald's. He said, you should train heavy and you can compete fast, but today they're competing heavy in the same ropes that we have here that we use in class at CrossFit Mayhem.
Thanks, Bella. Why did you want this rope for this event?
Well, when I tested it, I walked out here after we wrote the workout, needed to do something relatively quick. Warmed up, didn't have my rope, grabbed the class rope, finished it, and was like, man, that was a nice added little twist. It's not quite heavy. I think if we use, I love the Rogue heavy rope, but it would have changed this test completely. So, gonna be fun.
Here we go.
Kick things off those 30 dumbbell bench press at 75 pounds. 4-minute time cap here. And for heat 1 for the women, nobody finished all the work inside of that allotted time.
Yeah, these dudes, I bet, bench a little bit more.
Yeah. And they're moving these, they're moving the dumbbells quick.
Coos takes a break. Quick reps. 4 reps left here for Jack Rosema. Yeah, we're going to see a little bit different test here.
Rosema just rifles through
black
those.
Him out, though. I just want to see a black square there.
The Meester's done. Stovall and Matthew are all finished.
Little battle between Michigan fan and Ohio State fan right there. Sam DeMeester, Michigan guy.
Toby Buckland in lane 9 was one of the early finishers as well, but he's struggling with that rope. Buckland on the right side. That's his 2nd trip on the double unders.
Yeah, it's just a little bit, it's just annoying. It's not the rope you're used to. It's not super heavy. It's a little heavier. And some of these lengths aren't obviously perfectly true to their size rope that they would use. We have a small, medium, and large, depending on they got to choose. So yeah, it's just enough of a little minor inconvenience.
You know, and again, we sometimes overplay, but the unknown, the unknowable. Sometimes as an athlete, you get too used to your gear, your stuff. Travel around, go to different gyms, work out with different gear, and it sometimes just takes care of itself.
You don't travel with a jump rope.
I don't because of this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, prepare for this event. But
well,
I'll
what
never
we talked about too on the burpee, you know, that height being not the exact weight you normally or height you would normally hop over. So do I put my knee on it? Do I put my foot on it? You know, do I roll over it? Whatever it was. So, yep, gonna be fun to see here.
They will get credit for 1 rep on the scoreboard for every 50 double unders they complete.
They're closing in on the back half of that 200 here now.
So 34 is the number they got to hit before they get to the lunge. And it's 3 lengths of the floor for that 100-foot lunge.
Last 50, it looks like, for Sam and for Jack.
And again, small things here, just how relaxed can they keep their shoulders and their arms so that grip is not a factor at all.
Sam wearing some thumb tape here, hook gripping those dumbbells probably. Smart move.
Yep.
Sam with a hand in the air, Rosema with a hand in the air, Seth Stovall with a hand in the air. Nick
Matthews is going to be the first man to the lunge, along with Stovall and Rosema.
Here's the race. 1 minute, 20 seconds left for them to get down and back down.
Now Nick Matthew is onto the lunge.
Holding on to those dumbbells here. Quick pivot.
And all these men, if they get inside that time cap, which is looking like they will be a factor in that final heat. As Daniel Koos, can't see him, but he's on the far left side of the floor. He's onto the lunge. Now, far left side of your screen.
The tiebreaker is actually the finish through the double under. So that's our tiebreaker on this. Gonna see a good race here.
Seth Stovall just about done.
Look at Seth, just
he's
that rep speed.
And Stovall
just bringing his dumbbells with him.
Is going to win the heat, followed by Jack Rosema in second. Sam DeMeester looks to take third. And it's Nick Matthew in fourth. And now Toby Buckland is across in 5th place. Oh, no, he's only done with his first length, pardon me. I thought he was
Koos finishing.
Daniel Koos is in. I think Mestry
creating more havoc.
Is done with his first trip down. Stovall, Rosema, DeMeester, Matthew, and Koos. And now Noah Wilson is in.
5 seconds left here.
Mason Griffin just missed getting across. He finished all the work, but just didn't hit the buzzer. So the time to beat is going to be 3:20.32 seconds. Courtesy of Seth Stovall.
Seth had a big moment last year at the semi, was it, or 2, whatever year it was, where him and Luke had some dumbbell lunge chaos there at one of the semifinals. Man, it's been my brain, I don't remember where it was, but Seth, pretty good lunger in that farmer's hold.
We had 6 men finish inside the 4 minutes. Stovall and Rosema, your top 2. And they are both with Bella Martin. Let's send it down to the competition floor. Bella?
Seth, what a way to close out your weekend in some true Seth Stovall fashion. Tell me, you've had a big year, a lot of life changes. You're back at CrossFit Mayhem. What went into your season?
Man, yeah, we went away, me and my wife, for a little bit. She got a job at a hospital, but now we're back in Cookeville. Definitely, it's usually how the weekend goes. Is starts a little slow, gets a little better, but you know, priorities have changed a little bit this year with training. But we're, you know, I got an invite to the Classic. What a blessing, man! And to be able to come out here, beat Jason Hopper in the last event, that was sick.
You've got a new job, right? So you're not just a full-time athlete right now. You're balancing career. What are you doing?
Yeah, well, right now I'm a realtor. I've been working night shifts though at like Texas Roadhouse, tanning salon, past like 3 years. So it's nothing new to me to work another job, but definitely full-time realtor. So you want anything, let me know, or the Cobb Group.
Jack, this is what you shared with me, your final individual competition. How does it feel to be taking the floor here at CrossFit Mayhem in front of all of your friends and your family?
Man, I can't explain the feeling that I have right now of just gratitude in my heart for the Mayhem community, my family being here, being able to watch me just wrap up my individual career. I wouldn't want to do it anywhere else. It's been full of ups and downs, not the best weekend for me, but I just wanted to put my best product out on the floor and just get the best version of myself and hopefully make the Mayhem community proud this weekend. And we're going to represent Mayhem at the games this year, ideally, if all goes well, and give it our best shot there. So I'm excited to do that as well. So
this is definitely not the end of your season. I know you're competing on the CrossFit Mayhem team. Yeah. What does that feel like to you? What does that mean to you to be representing CrossFit Mayhem as their flagship team?
Yeah, I can't again, I feel like a big responsibility, which is I feel like pressure is a privilege in that scenario, and I just want to be able to wear Mayhem Athlete across my chest and represent this best camp that there is in the country and the world, and just take it to the field in the team competition and bring the cup back where it belongs.
That's all I've got, but no better words. Congratulations, guys. Well done this weekend.
Thank you. Nice job, bro. Yeah, good job, buddy.
Seth Stovall is going to win the heat. 3:20.32 seconds, followed by Jack Rosema 7 seconds behind him. And those times could very well factor in here in this final heat as we take a look at the overall standings coming in. Only 15 points separate Hoffer from Adler. Austin Hatfield has the best chance of breaking into the top 3. He's only 30 points back of Jeff Adler. Colton Mertens is going to need a ton of help to get himself into a qualifying position. But who do you think in the top 3 this event favors?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And no.
Yeah, I think at this one it's because of the speed and knowing and being
levers.
A veteran. Yeah, I think Jeffrey Adler because of the bench of sort of how he set. Where Rome
Soft-spoken right now.
Do I?
Say it with your chest.
Sorry. Yeah, I think because Adler, compared to Rome, has got a long way to move. Victor's a little taller as well, so I think in the top 3.
Back half Roman could have a slight advantage with the lunge step and those big paws on the double under and the lunge. So, gonna be fun to watch here. And Hatfield has an outside shot. Colton will do really well on this workout, which could affect the top 3. I don't know if he can. It's gonna take a miracle for him to bump into the top 3, but hey, we've seen some crazy things happen this weekend. So
there is the event final toll. 75 pounds on the dumbbell, and we're using that class rope, so the athletes don't get to bring their own jump ropes out to the floor. So let's take a look at the lane assignments here. As the top 3 men will be in the middle of the floor. Victor Hoffer, Roman Krennikov, and Jeff Adler. So Austin Hatfield in lane 8 has got to beat Adler and get some help in the process. He's got to make up 30 points at least on Adler. So that's 6 people that have to finish between the 2 of them in order to get Hatfield into the top 3.
Yeah, this is good. Just like we saw in Heat 1, we're going to see speed on the bench press across, and then from there, minimal to no breaks. And again, the lunge speed mattered. If we noticed that, again, Seth's lunge speed really did matter because he was not first to the dumbbell.
Correct.
But so again, the lunge speed is a factor.
So Austin Hatfield has been extremely consistent in this competition. The problem was the 13th finish in Gwen, where he failed, I think, on the 9th rep in the final set.
Twice, I think.
Yeah, and that right now is the reason why he is on the outside looking in, because he's got 2 seconds. He's got 3 seconds and an 8th other than that. Second and final heat for the men is underway. 30 dumbbell bench press at 75 pounds to start us off. Then it's the double unders, and then a final 100-foot lunge. 3 lengths between those yellow lines. Seth Stovall has the top mark, 3:20.23 seconds from heat number 1.
They are moving through this quick. Hatfield is pushing. Colton's moving really fast.
Jeff Adler is done. Mertens and Hatfield, the first 2 men to move to the double unders. Jeff Adler is right there, followed by Saxon Panchik and Roman Krennikov and Victor Hoffer.
Austin's rope looks a little long here, which adds some drag there. You don't want to do that. Jeff's right over top of his head. Colton's right over the top of his head, so we'll see if that plays a factor in it. Missizing the rope.
1 rep on the scoreboard for every 50 double unders the athletes complete at the 34 rep mark. That's when they move to the 100-foot lunge. So Mertens and Hatfield are in the lead with Adler and Krennikov behind them. Remember, Hatfield has got to beat Jeff Adler and get some help in the process. As long as Adler stays close to Hatfield, he's going to be okay.
They've all stayed on the rope so far. I haven't seen any trips.
Nope. About halfway there, getting close to halfway. Halfway
for
couple of them
Colton.
peeking over.
Hatfield, Hoffer.
Adler.
Trip up for Saxton there.
Saxton? Saxon.
Top 3 men on the
some hands here in a second.
Top 3 men in the overall standings are on the screen right now.
Within
That's
50.
Hoffer, Krennikov, and Adler.
Hatfield right there, Colton right there.
Mertens and Hatfield are in their final 50 reps. I don't think either one of them has stopped.
They have not. It is going to come down to how fast they can lunge.
Hand in the air for Colton Mertens.
And for Adler.
Adler, Krennikov, and Hoffer. Hatfield's done. Mertens is done. Adler is done. And now Victor Hoffer has his hands on the dumbbell as well.
All right, we got 4. Look at this.
32 seconds is the time to beat. Hatfield is in the lead. Adler gaining ground on Mertens. First length is done. No one has put the dumbbells down. And it is Hatfield slightly ahead of Adler.
Roman.
Krennikov starting to gain ground on Mertens as well, as is Victor Hoffer.
He's going to have to hold on. Who's going to make this pin? Adler starts
Final
to.
trip down
Adler
the floor.
makes the first turn.
Makes the turn first ahead of
the Roman Hoffer fight here.
Hatfield. The Jeff Adler is going to hold off Austin Hatfield, and it looks like he's heading back to the CrossFit Games.
Roman Hoffer.
Krennikov and Hoffer.
I think Roman got in there before
separated
Austin.
by a tenth of a second.
Oh my goodness.
And they were only 5
points
apart. This one's coming down to a tie break for the win unofficially.
We got to do something for the tie. Just kidding, there's a tie break, but still. Man, oh man. That was awesome.
We still have some men out there finishing up.
Yeah.
But the top three coming in look to be the top 3 going out. Hoffer and Krennikov. That's going to be an interesting tie break. And then Jeff Adler's going to wind up in 3rd.
Man,
that's to do it for the 2026 Mayhem Classic, and what a way to finish this thing off. It's like you guys knew what you were doing.
Yeah, minus the time cap there. My bad, all right? I'll own that.
Oh.
Jeez, oh Pete, that was awesome.
That was a finish. I mean, it came down to how fast you got to the buzzer.
How fast? Yeah,
Literally.
How quickly you dropped your dumbbells.
Yeah.
Don't do that at your affiliate, please. Don't ever drop your dumbbells.
Yes, there's a difference between the competition floor.
All right, well, let's take a look at the finish, because it was, you couldn't get much closer than this. Jeff Adler is in the yellow shorts. He gets across first, and it's Krennikov and Hoffer. And it was a tenth of a second between the two of them hitting the buzzer. And Roman got there first. Now, this was, again, going to come down to a tie break, because only 5 points separated Hoffer from Krennikov on top of the overall standing. So we've got some stuff to sort out. But meanwhile, let's go down to the competition floor where Bella Martin is with Jeff Adler.
Jeff, we started today in a place that most athletes would think is great, but it's not enough for you. And closing out today, you needed this event win to secure a place to go to the games. Tell me how it feels to be a fittest man on earth, and now we're fighting to get back there.
I mean, it's always a battle. The guys are fit, and the younger guys are coming up. I'm getting old. So, yeah, it's always tough, and weekends aren't perfect. One miss on the stairs and cost me the win this weekend. So, yeah, that's bummed out, but if I get the ticket, I'm fine.
When it comes to being a returning fittest man on earth, is there a confidence that you have going into a season, or is it always, we're starting fresh, whatever happens, happens, and I will figure it out along the way?
We're always starting fresh. Like it's not because you're champion once that you can be champion the second time, as we've seen in the past years. So it's always a good battle. As I said, the guys are fit, and there's a lot of guys that are fit. So it depends on programming, depends on how fit we are on that weekend. And yeah, it's always a battle.
We've got to tabulate the points, but things are looking up for you, Jeff. Hold on.
Thank you.
Jeff Adler looking to head back to the CrossFit Games. Like Lucy Campbell, the pressure was on him to perform, and he does it in that 6th and final event. We will find out officially who's going to wind up in San Jose, California for the 2026 CrossFit Games. Guys, final thoughts. What do you think of the weekend, Rich? I think it went pretty well. A lot of fun.
It was awesome. Always stuff to improve. We'll get some get some feedback and do that. But man, I am not disappointed by any means. I think, obviously from the visual standpoint, everybody who was involved with that, and then, the programming is, everybody talks about that, but it's athletes that put on the show, and that's what we want to make sure. And so, man, the athletes showed out, and hope everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah, again, I think the athletes, they showed up, they put out, and there were races. It was hard. There was drama. So it was fun. And, listen, I think when it comes down to it, we saw a separation in the field, which is what this event is supposed to do, and, send some really fit people to the next step.
The semifinal season is officially underway, and 6 individuals are going to be booking some trips to Northern California, and Roman Krenikoff looks to be one of them. Thanks so much for being with us this weekend, everybody, from Cookeville, Tennessee. For Bella Martin, Rory McKernan, Austin Malialo, and Rich Froning, I'm Sean Woodland. Stay tuned for the Go WOD Recovery Show, as we will have the podium and our final standings. Thanks for joining us, everybody, in Cookeville, Tennessee. Stick around.
Turns out it was a very close competition. We're excited to share the results with you. But first, for those of you here on site and some of you guys at home who didn't get to hear from Mr. Rich Froning, I just want to hear your thoughts on the overall competition. This starts as a little bit of a vision, and then when you get to see it come to life, I know it's really fun.
Yeah, I think, first of all, we got to thank you guys here at Mayhem, all of the members, volunteers, anybody who showed up. Without you guys, impossible, right? From there, spectators, athletes put on a heck of a show. Round of applause for all these guys and girls. Everybody that showed up, man, thank you. This is awesome. Year technically 3, but really 2 of this format, and CrossFit for being out here to support. Boz came all the way from Nashville and been here all weekend. You actually got pulled into some work today, so thank you for you guys and the support. And looking forward to this season.
Yeah, thanks. It's great to be here with the Mayhem crew. Awesome start to the semifinal season. Like you said, Rich, the athletes put on an amazing show. The crew here, as always, top-notch event, so thanks to everybody involved.
Did our female athletes come out and join us yet? I see the gentleman here. Are we still tracking athletes down at the back? Okay, great.
Angelo, get Paige out.
Hiding in the crowd.
Coach.
Okay, great. Cool. Well, just give me the high points. I know you're proud of your work. You can pump your tires a little bit.
No. It was 100%. It was a collaborative effort. Austin up there, Darren, JR, who else? Josh Malone was on the programming side of it, was plus Scott and Ben from the media perspective. Josh makes sure everything runs behind the scenes once we turn in the workouts, working with AFJ, working with CrossFit. Josh does all that stuff. So to see that all come to fruition, incredible. Once again, it's not about the test, it's more about the athletes and the show. Hope you guys had some high points, more highs than lows. There were definitely some lows, we saw that. But I think it was awesome. You guys put on an incredible show, so thank you for that.
Great, cool. Athletes, if you care to come out here and make yourselves comfortable, I'm going to hand this mic over to Tony, and I'm sure it's been a long weekend. You guys are ready for the official results.
All right, guys, can we give another round of applause for all the athletes? Mayhem Classic 2025. And before we crown the podium, I want to say thank you to Go Wad, Jim Reaper, Push Press, Strongest, Keep Those Hands Going, Yeti, Rogue, Chick-fil-A, Cookville, Strike Move It, Dollarmer, and Red Bull. We could not do it without them. So let's get into and recognize the top field of our athletes in our women's division, and now your Mayhem Classic women's podium. All 3 of these athletes punched their tickets to the CrossFit Games in San Jose, California. In first place, your Mayhem Classic champion, taking home $12,000 with 530 points. Give it up for Paige Rogers. Paige Rogers punched her ticket. All right, in second place, taking home $8,000 with 500 points, Emma Lawson. And in third place, our last and final athlete, taking home $6,000 with 450 points, Lucy Campbell. Let's give it up for our women's podium. Making their way to San Jose, California. All right, now your Mayhem Classic men's podium. All 3 of these athletes just punched their ticket to the CrossFit Games in San Jose, California. And this one was close. That first place came to second place ties and third place. We had to go all the way down to those third place. And in first place, Your Mayhem Classic champion taking home $12,000 with 525 points. Give it up for Victor Hoffer. And in second place, taking home $8,000 with 525 points, Roman Krennikov. And in third place of your men's podium, taking home $6,000 with 520 points, Jeffrey Adler. Let's give it up for our men's podium and our overall 6 athletes punching their ticket to the CrossFit Games in San Jose, California. A huge thank you to all our athletes, all our sponsors, and all our volunteers here at CrossFit Mayhem. We could not do this without you. You brought the energy. Thanks so much, and we'll see you at the games.